Well, the big one, only a few minutes away. Quantong and St Michael's. The Bombers starting the day well with an 8-point victory in the reserves, 12-6-78. St Michael's 11-4-70. Their first reserves premiership, and the Bombers haven't won a senior premiership for several years. St Michael's were last successful in 1988, and that defeat in the reserves today stopped them from winning 3 reserves premierships in a row. So, well, Quantong probably on a high with the reserves winning, and St Michael's would be hoping to avenge the defeat of the reserves earlier today. A terrific game. Should be a wonderful contest. Once again, the two keys to, as far as I'm concerned, the last time I saw these two sides play, Jason Wade fired for Quantong, kick 7. Johnny Martin didn't fire for St Michael's, kick 2. And there was your result. The difference was 35 points, and that played a big part in the result. St Michael's would want Martin to lead out a lot today. He'll have a pretty tough task. Darren Brody will start on him. They could use Paul Clough, they could use Mel Kerr, they could use Dave O'Connor. There's a few options there. As far as St Michael's are concerned, Pat Dunn had a very tough day on his opponent Jason Wade a few weeks ago, and I don't know whether he's physically strong enough to play on him, but they've got guys like Roger Sadello or John O'Callaghan that they can use on him later on. St Michael's, a very, very tall bench, selected on Thursday night in Andrew Murray and also Roger Sadello, but Andrew Murray looks like he started on the ground, and Roger Sadello will come off now. So obviously they've decided to go in with a strong bench because Quantong are a pretty tall side, and it's a fairly good day for the high marking skills of Quantong. Roger Sadello has gone off, as I said, and it looks like Shane Bryan has gone off with him as well. So almost ready for a start. As I mentioned, Quantong had picked an interchange bench of 6, and the players that were retained in the senior 20 were Greg Francis and Jeff Price. Those that missed out, Darryl Westcombe, Lee Champion, and also the other two who played in the reserves were Graham Walker and also Roger Perra. So they played in the premiership side. They'll be hoping their teammates might do likewise in a senior premiership side. Just about ready for a start. As I said, Andrew Murray was selected on the bench. He's starting on the ground. And moves made to start with. Just checking it all out. Just seeing which end the respective sides are kicking. And it looks like St Michael's are kicking. In fact, St Michael's are kicking to the Horsham Football Club Social Club end. And John O'Callaghan has obviously heeded McCall straight away. Pat Dunn was selected on Thursday night to play full-back. I didn't know whether he'd be physically strong enough to play on Jason Wade, and John O'Callaghan starting on Jason Wade at full-back. Wade, the star Quantong, full forward. Ready for a start. This is the big one. This is what all the sides, well, these two sides have been playing for all year, the Premiership Cup in Horsham District Footy. Only two sides left, Quantong and St Michael's, and underway it's slapped out by Steve Turner. The ball's missed by Brody to start with, and he's not starting at fullback either for the for the Quantong side. He's starting across the half-back line. Avery gets a free kick for a trip, and he'll drive the Bombers into attack. So a lot of positional changes made to start with. Hand pass from Avery to O'Connor, back to Avery, a left foot kick towards half forward. A bad bounce for Everard, and a pack forming at his feet, forward of centre for the Bombers. They're kicking to the netball court end of the ground. As I said, John O'Callaghan playing on Jason Wade, St Michael's to the Horsham Football Club Social Club end of the ground. It's put down. Paul Clough is lined up on John Martin. Missed, really should have done better than that. Pat Dunn across half-back. It's knocked out. Quantong with the players at the fall of the ball. It's socked out by St Michael's towards half-back. Leading in the race. Kenny Pickett up under a little bit of pressure. Did well to try and get it. That was Paul McGee for the Quantong side. It's picked up by O'Connor. Kicks to Wade at full forward. O'Callaghan used the body to bustle him out of the contest. Dunn clears for the Saints. Out towards half-back. Wayne Corbett's got it now. A prolific possession getter up towards the wing. Darren Worcester couldn't mark it. Knocked out by Andrew Murray. Fighting hard for the footy was Bernard Kennedy. Paul McGee comes in, gets his kick smothered. It's tough out there. Comes out to Ian Kite. Kite on the right foot. Off the side of the boot, but it will be successful. There's a mark to Brett Freeman. At half forward for Quantong, a poor kick, a bouncing ball, lands in the arms of St Michael's. They lose control of it. It's socket on towards the pocket. Leading in the race, the big fellow O'Callaghan, a bit too quick for Wade. On the left foot, kicks poorly though, and it's still within Quantong's grasp at half forward. The mark is completed by Craig Kimberley. Kimberley kicks long towards full forward from the side. It's near the boundary line. A quick hand pass out for Mel Johns was tackled after he got rid of it. They clear at St Michael's around the outer side. A bad bounce for them. A chance for Quantong. Hand pass goes nowhere. St Michael's get it back again. A left foot kick from Peter Burns. Oh, beautiful play from Corbett. He was under a lot of pressure from Darren Worcester. Was going to career into him. Had the ball, though, right in front of him and thought he better do the right thing. He knocked it away, and he continues to push and shove along with Gary O'Callaghan with a few of the Quantong players. They worked hard on that occasion. Good gut shown by Corbett and O'Callaghan. Ball's thrown in. Darren Worcester tried to knock it down. Didn't get it to anyone in particular. St Michael's push it out a fraction, going nowhere at the moment. Kimberley, handballs over the top. Here's an opportunity for Brodie. Brodie in the centre of the ground for the Bombers. Looks for Wade. O'Callaghan cuts off his supply. A good spoil. They get it back again through the veteran Brian Wade, the Bombers. On the left foot, the short one is good. Lunging forward, the captain coach, the ex-St Michael star, Jack McGee. So I suppose the Bombers would have a little bit of an advantage because Jack McGee and his brother Paul and also Paul Clough have played a lot of football with St Michael's and do know most of their players. McGee goes in short again. This is a little bit loose from the St Michael's defence, and Glenn Kimberley was selected in the back pocket. He's lined up in the forward pocket. As I mentioned, a host of positional changes for both sides. Pat Dunn has lined up at centre half-back. O'Callaghan lined up at full-back for St Michael's. A shot at goal from Glenn Kimberley drifts right across the goal line, and O'Callaghan marks it beside the behind post. The short one to his assistant coach, McConaughey. McConaughey's got it inside the boundary line. Over the top, supplies cut off though. Intercepting is Paul McGee. Joint coach with his brother Jack for the Bombers. McGee with the footy, sends it long. They're doing all the attacking at the moment. Towards centre half forward. Mark dropped by Dunn. Cleared out of defence though by the Saints. They get it out wide towards McConaughey. McConaughey lurking all alone. Draws the player over the top of the hand pass to Matt Latis. Latis's kick was very poor. O'Connor couldn't take the mark. He paddled it out in the direction of Avery. Brought to ground by Andrew Murray. Good tackle. There's a lot of St Michael supporters up in the grandstand. They get the free kick. A quick hand pass comes out. They drive it towards half forward. Over the head of everyone. Johnny Martin survives again. Clough on his hammer. Gets a hand pass out after unable to judge the mark originally. But the boundary line beats him and it goes over the line and out of bounds. And a good kick into the forward line by big Carlo Sodello as well has seen St Michael's go forward for the first time this afternoon. First proper forward move for the Saints. Throw in. Ball's knocked down. It's socket along the ground. St Michael's within their grasp. Here's Martin again. Clough on his hammer. Foots it out towards the boundary line. And it beats them over the line and out of bounds. No scorers yet. First few minutes of the grand final. Obviously plenty of nerves for both sides. A throw in. Big Darren Worcester uses the body. Took the ball but then lost it. Picked up by St Michael's. A very quick kick. In fact, an extremely quick kick from Gary O'Callaghan. Slews off the side of the boot and goes out of bounds on the full. So it will be a kick back into play. To be taken by Mel Kerr for Quantong. And it's a big, big crowd. There are even some kids right on that boundary line there. It's a big crowd. It really has built up over the last hour. He kicks up towards the half-back line. The big fellow Worcester couldn't take it. Flying from behind Ian Kite. He misjudged it as well. Fighting hard for it, St Michael's. Wayne Corbett comes out with the football. The umpire calls for a bounce. Forward of centre for the Saints. They haven't scored. Quantong haven't scored either. Worcester up again. And fighting for it was Turner. Turner will come out with the free kick because Worcester got him over the shoulder. Steve Turner kicks towards centre half forward. Martin has got out in front and taken the mark. In front of Paul Clough, used the body, outpositioned him well, led superbly. He's taken the mark. And really St Michael's need this fella to fire. Hasn't fired for a while. Kicked a few last week. A better display from the star full forward. 50 metres out on the left foot. He's pulled it to the right. St Michael's get the first score for the 1991 grand final. They're one behind 1 point. Quantong yet to score. So Paul Clough to kick it back into play. He's minding Martin today. Brodie been given a commission across the half-back line. So Clough kicks a beautiful ball back into play towards the broadcast side. Turner misjudges it through his fingers. Punched on by St Michael's. They get it back again. O'Callaghan collared, claim, loses control. Turner brought to ground, still gets his boot to ball, but the mark is completed by Quantong. They get it out. A hand pass to the running Kimberley. Kimberley running into space on the outer side. Chips it over the top. This is a little bit loose. And the mark is taken by Jeff Price, who's got it at half forward. So Price goes over the top again. This is quite loose from St Michael's. The mark was dropped by Brennan. He gets an opportunity again. A hand pass to Wade. Wade back to a teammate who's run into an open goal. Quantong have kicked it. I thought Brennan might have mucked it up with bad disposal, but got it to the forward line. It was Jason Wade. He did it well. Got a hand pass out to Freeman, who's run into an open goal and kicked Quantong's first goal. It was funny too because the play seemed to stop a fraction. The St Michael's players were flat-footed and just sort of stood there as Quantong kept going. As I said, Wade again, Jason Wade the catalyst as the ball came down. A pretty poor kick into the forward line from Brennan. He got the hand pass out and Freeman running by has kicked his sides first. 1 straight 6 to 1 behind 1 point. Quantong by 5 points early on. Turner gets it down, but taken out of the centre by Paul McGee, who's been busy. Kicks around his body. Beautifully trapped by Dunn on hands and knees. Slaps it out. Here's an opportunity for Carlo Sadello. A long hand pass. Corbett blind turns and then wrong foots an opponent. Has a bounce at half forward. Slams it in towards centre half forward. Kennedy couldn't mark it. Tries again on hands and knees. Overruns the football. At half back, here come the Bombers again. Coming out through Kimberley. The short one to Keat over his head. Keat in the van though has the pace. Under a little bit of pressure. Outplays Andrew Richardson with a lot of skill. Ian Keat on the left foot swings it into Jason Wade. Wade can't trap it cleanly. It's missed by Dunn. Ball comes back in the arms this time for Quantong of Price. He kicks into the pocket. Here's Freeman has already kicked the goal. He's tackled. Gets a very high ball, but it's all St Michael's. Tapped down by O'Callaghan, and it will be cleared out of defence by Shane Bryan. Bryan has a bounce in the back pocket and kicks beautifully, and the mark taken by Mark O'Byrne. O'Byrne went to ground after McGee made contact with him, looking for a 50-metre penalty. Not forthcoming. A poor hand pass to Daryl Martin. Puts that player under pressure. Martin gets it back. Another very sloppy hand pass. Sits up a little bit for McConaughey. McConaughey, they gets a head-high tackle. And St Michael's have got to go direct and long. They're lucky. They got away with a free kick there, but they're persisting with the short play at the moment. Another short kick wasn't good, looking for Richardson. And careering backwards was Paul McGee. Knocked it over the line and out of bounds. So it will be thrown back into play. 1 straight 6 Quantong. St Michael's 1 behind 1 point. Bounces off Brian Wade's foot. Here's Mark O'Byrne into the thick of the action. A left foot kick towards half forward. But taking a good diving mark across half back was Dave O'Connor. His short one. He's looking for Wade. Big thump away though by Corbett. Goes over the line and out of bounds. So Quantong have a goal through Freeman. St Michael's have a behind through John Martin. It's thrown in and Worcester outplaced Turner easily, took it down. Handball was poor. McGee takes it on hands and knees. A hand pass to Kimberley. Goes around the centre of the ground, runs around in circles, kicks towards the half forward line. Freeman was waiting. He didn't know whether his teammate was going to take the mark. He eventually did. That was Brendan Everard. Everard, a good diving mark towards half forward, looking for Jason Wade. Thump away O'Callaghan. Ball falls though to Keat into an open goal, and Quantong have 2 majors on the board. Well, O'Callaghan again did well with Wade. He spoiled him, knocked it to ground, but read beautifully off the pack by Ian Keat. He's put through his side second. They're 2 straight 12, and St Michael's 1 behind at 1 point. Well, this was the start Quantong wanted and the start St Michael's didn't. And a good start. 2 straight to 1 behind. So, Ian Kite or Ian Keat, depends what school you're from. Kite, thank you, kicks his first goal. And his side second. Ball to be put down again, and St Michael's after a promising start holding Quantong out. The Bombers get 2 on the board and go to an 11-point lead. Ball's put down. They go back into attack again. St Michael's soccer it along through Andrew Murray, who's across half forward. A good play from By to play the ball in front of his opponent. Come out with it again, but it's 4-1 and Quantong will come out with it. Good hand passing. Avery gets it out to Kimberley. Gets a kick smothered. Picked up by Corbett. Brings it back to whence it came. Mel Kerr will be paid a very difficult mark, and he'll take it at half back. No, he won't. A free kick's given the other way to St Michael's. Graham By will take it for being tackled but not in possession. The umpire signalled one way, then changed his mind, it seemed. By kicks into the forward line, looking for Martin. It's knocked to ground. Here's McConaughey. He does well, taps it in front. He's desperate, McConaughey. He's got it again. He dives on it. He wants someone there to help him out. But the Bombers do well to clear it out of defence again. They've got it through Glenn Kimberley. Kicks out wide. His kick, though, was far too long. It's out of bounce on the full. And Graham By will kick it back into play. So Graham By with it. And Graham By goes around his opponent, then slips over and runs around in circles. Doesn't make much advantage for his side, but lucky enough, his kick was rather successful. Chipped it in short, and his teammate marks at half forward. I think it was Murray. Goes in short again to Mark O'Byrne, and Mark O'Byrne's got it leading out in front. His opponent was right on his hammer and did well to try and spoil him, but O'Byrne's got a short pair of hands. He's got the mark. He goes in short again with a short one to O'Callaghan. Goes for the goals. Martin, Murray, they can't mark it. Quantong's there again to knock it over the line and out of bounds. Clough minding Martin. Ball to be thrown back into play. Andrew Murray gets it down. It's open now at the moment. Can they clear it, Quantong? The answer to that is yes. Glenn Kimberley on the left foot near the boundary line. A good kick. Punch down. Here come the Bombers again. They can't do a lot though because St Michael's do it well to keep it within their grasp and see it over the line. So 2 straight 12 to 1 behind 1 point. An 11-point lead to the Bombers, who are the favourites for this big game. It's thrown in. It's punched down. They fight hard for it. Ball comes out to Steve Turner. Kicks around his body in towards the pocket. It's knocked away. Andrew Murray tries to tap it out. He does. Mark O'Byrne's in there, but he runs into trouble, and the Bombers get it out again. They get it up towards the half-back line, under a little bit of pressure. Handball smothered. St Michael's work hard again. They're pretty desperate. Johnny Martin running on it across half-forward. O'Byrne picks up again, has a pot shot at the goals. A very quick kick misses to the left, and it's 2 behinds, 2 points. St Michael's, Quantong, a 2 straight 12. And, well, a reasonably tame opening, one would think, to this 1991 Horsham District Football League Grand Final. Kerr kicks back into play. Worcester, the big man. By was trying to meet him head on. It was David and Goliath there, had no real chance. The big fellow, far too tall. So, Worcester's got it. He kicks up towards the half-back line. And his kick doesn't make a lot of distance, or a lot of accuracy for his side. St Michael's, a swarm of St Michael's defenders are there, and they are desperate enough to thump it over the line and out of bounds. Ball thrown in, tapped down. It's picked up pretty quickly by the Saints through Latest in towards half forward. Martin is kept out of it by Clough, but the umpire has deemed he was held on to as they were contesting for it, and Johnny Martin will get his second kick for the afternoon, has so far kicked a point. Martin leading out. This is what he really has to do to put pressure on the Quantong defenders. He'll kick it goal from 50 metres. Beautiful kick. The Saints are on the board as far as majors are concerned. They're 1-2-8. Quantong 2 straight 12 early on in the opening term. So this is what they required. A goal. They needed a goal. I thought that Quantong was starting to skip away a fraction. Their goal scorers, of course, off the pack, Brett Freeman and Ian Kite. But they fought back well, St Michael's. And John Martin kicks his first for the afternoon. He's kicked 1 goal, 1 his side of 1-2-8 to 2 straight 12. Put down again, and the big fist from Worcester was successful. They get it out again through Paul McGee. He's a prolific possession getter. McGee kicks it out wide towards the forward pocket. Leading Wade in the race for the footy is John O'Callaghan. Taps it in front, a lot of experience, and sees it over the line and out of bounds. So, ball to be thrown back into play. Around about 40 metres out, or 45 metres out to be more precise, from Quantong's goal. using the body turner, but Worcester's far too big, and he slaps the ball down. It's picked up pretty quickly by Freeman. He has a shot at goal, kicks right across the goal line. It was a good attempt, screwed it around, but not sufficiently enough. It went right across the goal line and travelled out of bounds. It'll be thrown in, and it's about 10 metres out from Quantong's goal at the netball court end of the ground. It's thrown in. Worcester taps it backwards, wanted a teammate to be there. The only man there, though, was Mel Johns. He kicks hard towards half-back, and there'll be a free kick to O'Callaghan. He was tackled over the shoulder when contesting the mark, and he comes out with a free kick in short towards Kennedy. Yes, he's taken it centimetres from the turf. Plays on quickly, Bernard Kennedy. On the left foot, but cutting across and accepting the mark was John Brennan. Brennan read it well. Gets his kick smothered. Ricochets to Corbett. Corbett gets a hand pass out. Another hand pass to Bye. Over the top towards McConaughey. McConaughey back to Bye. On the left foot, a vacant open goal is terrific. That was wonderful play, Wayne Corbett. He just fobbed off opponents like flies on that occasion. Got the quick hand pass out to Bye. Bye to the very reliable McConaughey. McConaughey back to Bye. And on the left foot, he has threaded it home. A vacant goal. Bounced correctly, and the Saints have actually hit the front. 2-2-14. Quantong, 2 straight 12 goal scorers for St Michael's. John Martin and also Graham Bye. So a very, very good goal. And they worked pretty hard that time. Wayne Corbett is certainly one of the catalysts. His ability to elude opponents and get a lot of possessions will play a big part for St Michael's today. They get it out of the centre again. They kick up towards half forward. It was a good kick from Tim Patterson. Mark taken by Martin. Martin out to Bye. Bye over the top. He's put through their third. And St Michael's on a little bit of a roll at the moment. Well, the play stopped pretty quickly. Patterson got it out. Martin took the mark. Sliding on hands and knees. Bye running by. Loves a goal. Got it away, and inside 40 has kicked his second, and his side now lead by 8 points. 3-2-20. Quantong, a 2 straight 12. So, 2 very quick goals, changing the course of the game very, very quickly for St Michael's. In fact, John Martin's goal wasn't that long ago either, so they're right back in the contest. They lead by 8. And Graham Bye cutting ribbons through the Quantong defence. Over the last couple of minutes, his pace very, very important too. 3-2-20 to 2 straight 12. Put down again. It's knocked down by big Cameron Worcester now at the centre bounces. Darren's gone into the forward pocket, riding the bump, and fairly successfully was Kimberley. Gets a hand pass out for the Bombers. Johns, I thought, got a head-high tackle. The umpire lets the play go on, and nothing much happens. There'll be a bounce. Forward of centre for the Bombers. 3-2-20 to 2 straight 12. And they trail by 8 points, Quantong. It's knocked backwards by Cameron Worcester. On hands and knees, O'Callaghan. And this is why St Michael's starting to get the free kicks. They're going in first. First in for the footy. They're coming out with it. O'Callaghan kicks out wide to Murray. Murray, who was selected on the bench, starting on the ground, takes a strong mark on the broadcast wing. Andrew Murray. On the left foot. Kicks in towards the half-forward line. Can't complete the mark. Kennedy, a chance for latest. Gets the kick smothered. Spills out to Bye. Over to Corbett at half-forward. Swings it in. Martin's on his own. Will take the mark. And St Michael's starting to look good, as I said. And this fellow, Wayne Corbett, how important is he to the success of the St Michael side? Very, very important. Very, very important indeed. He's had a lot of possessions. A hand in 3 of their goals so far. Martin a long way out. On the left foot, kicks it goal. I think he might have kicked it. He has. The Saints are away and they lead by 14 points. 4-2-26 and Quantong at 2 straight 12. 2 goals to John Martin, 2 goals to Graham Bye. Well, Martin is doing the right thing. Obviously, John O'Callaghan's plan was to make him lead and unsettle the Quantong defence. This is what he's doing. He's kicked 2 goals, 1. And took a very strong mark before leading out. Saw Graham Bye coming by, took the ball and put it straight through. So they're looking good. Cameron Worcester, 2 hands it down to Kite. Kite kicks around his body, a very high one. Mel Johns leading in the race. Coming in late too was Freeman. A bad bounce for Johns. Sees his teammate helping out. He can't take it, Andrew Richardson. Hand pass comes out from Freeman towards Kimberley. Kimberley swings it into big Worcester from behind. He's too tall. He's got the mark. It was pretty obvious if Kimberley could kick it up high enough Worcester was always going to outmark his opponents, just far too tall. He did it pretty comfortably. He's got the mark on a slight angle, about 40 to 45 metres out. Can bring his side back to within 8 points. Darren Worcester kicks at goal. What's he done? He's put it straight through the centre. Quantong a 3 straight 18. St Michael's 4-2-26. I mentioned a few minutes ago it was a pretty tame opening. The last few minutes though has been good, with St Michael's kicking 4 goals and Quantong kicking their first for a few minutes. But they've fought back a little bit there. They desperately needed to get that ball out of the centre. Cameron and Darren Worcester were winning the centre bounces, but St Michael's was starting to get it out through Wayne Corbett and Graham Bye, and also Matty Latis. But Quantong get it back that time, and Darren Worcester lurking in the squares, taking the mark and kicked his first. 3 straight 18 to 4-2-26. Ball comes out again, a hand pass from Jack McGee. A quick kick into space from Kimberley. Wade comes out. O'Byrne's there though, shepherded by his captain coach O'Callaghan. O'Byrne a good hand pass to Andrew Richardson. Richardson on the left foot, sends it up towards Corbett. Corbett's brilliant. Hugging the boundary line in front of the scoreboard, the short one. He's looking for Bernard Kennedy. Gets away from his opponent in O'Connor. Plays the ball in front and loses control. Worried out of it by Kerr. Kerr chips over the top towards Darren Worcester. But his kick was over the line and out of bounds, Kerr, before Worcester took the mark. He was too close to the boundary line, a little bit too dangerous, and St Michael's have it through Steve Turner. Floats it up towards half forward. It's knocked down. There's a swarm of players waiting for it. It's all Quantong. Jack McGee, a good hand pass to Paul McGee. McGee out wide towards Brody, running through half back. Kicks out wide towards Kimberley. The big thump from behind from Andrew Richardson. A pack forming. They fight hard for it. Ball comes out towards Glenn Kimberley. Does well to turn out of a tackle, then loses control near the boundary line. Attempting to keep it in, but unable to is Brian Wade. And the boundary line beats him once again. Quantong 3 straight 18. St Michael's a 4-2-26. An 8-point lead to the Saints. It'll be thrown in. And Worcester does well, but doesn't really go anywhere. It's slapped out again. Kite uses the body to play it in front, but then loses possession, diving on the footy and coming out with it. A very, very good hand pass, but the hand pass was smothered. Carlos Adello was looking for someone, but the hand pass, as I said, smothered, taken by Kite. Kicks to full forward. He came through the centre well, and Wade, for the first time in the match, able to outposition John O'Callaghan and takes the mark. And all of a sudden, another complexion on this game, changing very, very quickly. It was Quantong early, St Michael's for a few minutes, and the Bombers can bring it back within 2 points. Wade to kick it goal, doesn't miss any from those distances. He won't let me down. He hasn't. He's kicked his first, his side's fourth. They're 4 straight 26, St Michael's. They're 4 straight 24, St Michael's are 4-2-26. So a very good opening by both sides. St Michael's really throwing it at Quantong for a few minutes, but the Bombers showing the sign of a great side, fighting back with goals to Darren Worcester and also Jason Wade, and the star full forwards first for the afternoon. And really the first time he was able to outposition Big John O'Callaghan, who has started pretty well. Pat Dunn, who was selected at fullback, is down minding Darren Worcester, giving away a few inches. Should be an interesting battle. Ball's put down. Cameron Worcester gets it out once again, but Turner fights hard for it to try and keep it within his side's grasp. McGee gets his kick smothered, gets another chance and weaves his way through the pack with brilliance. Kicks out towards half forward. Glenn Kimberley leading Mark O'Byrne in race for the footy, but O'Byrne has too much toe and outplays him, and then slides one along the boundary line but out of bounds on the full. Well, Kimberley looked to have that contest won, but O'Byrne had too much toe in the end. Got away, but his left foot kick was poor, out of bounds on the full. McGee has it. Plays on quickly, kicks towards half forward, big thump away, done. It's sharked very nicely by Latis, kicks around his body. O'Callaghan can't mark it, McConaughey's there, slapped on by Clough, tapped down by Wade, hand pass to Wade, back to Clough, the fullback, weaves around, a right foot kick goal, but not enough distance. Andrew Richardson, last line of defence, marks on his chest, brings it out towards half back, but straight in the arms of Darren Worcester, who swapped again with big brother Cameron in the ruck. So Darren Worcester with the ball, forward of centre on the outer side. Goes in towards the half-forward line. He was looking for Kimberley, couldn't take the mark. Comes out again as he smothers Richardson's hand passes. He got the ball. It's punched down. Well played by John O'Callaghan again, defeating Wade. And Pat Dunn rushes it through for a minor score. 4-1-25 to 4-2-26. The Bombers trail by 1 point, approaching quarter time. Grandfinal 1991 Horsham District footy. The kick out from Dunn is good, and it's marked in the right beside the boundary line actually by Corbett. His short one is also successful. Daryl Martin comes out and takes the mark. So Martin with the footy at half back, hugging the boundary line at present. Good torpedo punt, good distance with the kick. Kicks high and waiting behind Bernard Kennedy. Out-positioned O'Connor, took a good mark on his chest on the wing. The true wing position, Kennedy on the left foot. Good looking kick, again looking for Byes, tapped to ground. Here's O'Burner, hand pass to Bye who runs on it. Too long, it's a bit of a sloppy hand pass. There might be a free kick to Quantong for a shove in the back, there will be. The whistle's gone. And it will be a Quantong free kick. Hand pass comes out towards Brody, takes his time, weaves around a couple of opponents, kicks high towards Clough. It's knocked out of his hands. A quick left foot kick from O'Callaghan around his body, a very hurried one, and taking the mark, John Brennan on his knees at half back. So Brennan with the footy. Kicks high towards the centre. Good direct kick. McGee is there, the big thump from behind. Good play, Carlos Adello. Roving the pack, Kimberley. On the left foot, kicks out wide. O'Callaghan has gone out to meet the ball. Gone away from Wade, and he shoved in the back as he played the ball in front. Did well that time as Daryl Martin was shepherding him. Goes in short, and Wayne Corbett's had a ton of possessions on top of Paul McGee. And short again. A little bit dangerous, hugging the boundary line, very close to the boundary line, but the mark is taken right inside by Matty Latis. Latis kicks high. It's thumped away by Cameron Worcester. Socket on by Kennedy. Good advantage to his side. Running after it, McConaughey across half forward. Outplays Clough. On the left foot, looking for Martin again. But the mark has dropped from behind. Should have been taken by Quantong. It's near the boundary line and forced over the line and out of bounds. So it'll be thrown back into play. And the Bombers trail by 1 approaching quarter time, 4-1-25 to 4-2-26. Slapped down again. St Michael's looking to keep it within their grasp, but it doesn't go very far at all except back over the line again. John Martin started the quarter well, but the Quantong defenders have tightened up on him in the last few minutes. Cameron Worcester's thump down was great. McConaughey's on the boundary line and he was hemmed in, and Collard couldn't do much except just tap it out, and it trickled over the line and out of bounds. Right beside the race, in front of the Horsham Football Club Social Club stand. Knocked down again. They come up with it through Clough. Lightning hand pass to Kite. Kite in front of the scoreboard, but his kick is intercepted by Johns. Bounced off his chest, got it on the second grab, and Mel Johns marks on the wing on the outer side for the Saints. Kicks towards half forward, or Laters up too early. Couldn't bring in the mark. Kimberley, a good hand pass. Taken by McGee. Back in direction of Everard. Everard over the top. Here's an opportunity across half forward. Swinging in and kicking long is Freeman to Jason Wade. John O'Callaghan let him go, runs into an open goal, and Quantong hit the front again. Well, I don't know what happened then. John O'Callaghan was caught off guard and Jason Wade was all alone. Good play from Brett Freeman, streaming through half forward. Kicked it long, and Jason Wade has kicked his second. So the Bombers have found something after looking in a little bit of strife halfway in the quarter. They trailed by 14 points. They've fought back to now hold a 5-point lead near the end of the opening term. 5-1-31 to 4-2-26. So this crowd, very, very good indeed. Behind the goals at the social club end, there's virtually no room whatsoever, and I dare say the league would be happy with the crowd this afternoon, and the gate no doubt will be pretty healthy. From the ball up, as the siren sounds, Cameron Worcester took it. His high kick was thumped away, and St Michael's were driving it forward. But quarter time, a handy goal to Quantong right on quarter time. 5-1-31 the Bombers. The Saints are 4-2-26. For Quantong, their goal scorers up to quarter time. Jason Wade has kicked 2, both in the last few minutes. Singles to Brett Freeman, Ian Kite and Darren Wooster. And for St Michael's, their goal scorers, 2 each to Graham Bye and John Martin. Better players, well, the Bombers have been fairly well served by Craig Kimberley through the centre, has had a lot of possessions, working hard for his side. Also supported by the veteran Ian Kite across half forward, and Paul McGee has also had a ton of possessions out of the centre, and O'Connor, a pretty solid game across the half-back line. He's done a fairly good job. They started Clough on Martin. They moved O'Connor on to Martin in the closing stages and closed the star full forward out in the last few minutes. For St Michael's, Graham By had a purple patch there, showing a ton of pace, getting a lot of possessions, 2 very handy goals, set his side alight for a few minutes. Well supported by Matty Latis, but Wayne Corbett for mine, the best on the ground, has had a lot of possessions, always has plenty of time and uses the ball superbly. Across the half-back line, Mel Johns and also Gary O'Callaghan having a lot of kicks and stopping a lot of Quantong forward thrusts. All in all, an even first quarter. The Bombers got away to an 11-point lead. The Saints got it out to a 14-point lead. 3 late goals from Quantong see them holding on to a 5-point break at quarter time. 5-1-31. St Michael's at 4-2-26. We'll return with the second quarter in just a sec. Okay, underway almost for the second quarter. A 5-point lead to Quantong. 5-1-31. St Michael's 4-2-26. A few observations I've heard from the crowd at quarter time, and there's, well, the umpire is just, or the boundary umpires have just run off. I was a little bit shocked that they just ran off all of a sudden, but a few observations, as I said, that I heard at quarter time is that St Michael's were crowding their forward line a little bit, particularly late in the term, and Quantong were a little bit more open, particularly that last goal when Jason Wade was all alone. They lead by 5, 5-1 to 4-2. It's punched down and it's taken by Kimberley. Kimberley out of the centre. His kick lands in the arms of Mel Johns across half-back. The rugged half-back flanker kicks an absolute shocker. A soda. The mark is taken by Ian Kite. It was too long for his teammate, and Kite is marked in the centre. Played a handy opening to me, and Kite sends it long. Good direct stuff towards centre half forward. Wade out play by Callaghan again. It's near the boundary line, or the goal line. It goes through the goal line for a minor score. Pat Dunn knocking it through. So the Bombers are now an even goal in front. 5-2-32, opening minute of the second quarter. St Michael's 4-2-26. And it'll be kicked back into play by Dunn, and he favours the outer side. A good-looking kick. O'Callaghan came out, couldn't mark it. He thumped it on, though, reasonably well. Latest comes out with the footy. Latest kicks it up towards half-forward. Leading in the race, though, Quantong, they do well through Greg Francis across half-back. Tapped down by Brennan to Francis was clever. In towards the centre, McConaughey will use the body, and his brilliance and his class. Takes the mark. His hand pass to his teammate O'Callaghan. He fumbled it. Bad mistake. McConaughey again. Back to O'Callaghan. Here's a chance for the Saints. The short one to Martin. Oh, did he mark it? No, he didn't. Couldn't quite hang on to it. It's tapped out. Here's Andrew Murray. Tackle back to Martin. Martin has kicked 2 goals. He kicks over the top. The kick's a little bit too short, but Peter Burns gets a head-high tackle and will come out with a free kick. Well, they mucked around a bit at St Michael's. Early in the game, they were persevering with the hand passes and short kicks, then decided to go long, and it started to work. They've got a chance of a goal here, but they should have really gone a bit longer. They mucked around with the short kicks. So Burns from 35 metres out directly in front, kicks it goal. I think he's missed it. A shocking kick from Peter Burns. Would have been handy. His side trail by 5, 4-3-27 to 5-2-32. And it's a very nice day too. It looked a little overcast during the reserves game, but sun is shining. A big crowd at the Horsham City Oval. Kick out. Big Steve Turner thumps it down. Here's a classy O'Brien inside the boundary line. Swings it in on the left foot. A bad bounce for O'Connor. Hand pass to Kennedy. A left foot shot at goal. He's missed it. They should have made more with that. They got a good bounce. A very quick hand pass from Burns came out to Kennedy on the left foot. He mucked it up. He could have steadied a bit more, and he's missed it. 4-4-28 to 5-2-32. And they're 4 points down. They really should be in front, particularly with that second kick. A kick out wide towards the half-back line. And they don't do a lot with that one. It goes out of bounds. So it'll be thrown in. A good clearing kick, though, by the Bombers. They did well to make about 55 metres for their side. A throw in. Turner taps it backwards, did well to defeat his taller opponent. Ball, though, falls in the arms of Avery. A high left foot kick from Avery. A very difficult mark taken by St Michael's, but the free kick is given for a shove out. Paul McGee on that outer side. McGee decides to play on. Quick kick on the right foot towards half forward, but there's no one home. An easy mark to St Michael's across half back, and Mel Johns again. Johns will go in short. This is a good kick, and they're looking all right at the moment, the Saints. And 50 metres as well, because after the player took the mark, he was pushed to the ground unfairly, and a lack of discipline from Quantong. And so from being on the wing, Wayne Corbett will now come within 50 metres and kick at goal. And as I mentioned, they've missed a couple of easy shots, Peter Burns and also Bernard Kennedy. They trail by 4. They have a chance to hit the front again. They were stressing a lot at quarter time, the Saints, the work rate. They've got to work hard, and they've started to work hard early in this quarter. Corbett's kick at goal. Oh, gee, they've had chances to be in front. He's missed another one. 4-5-29, St Michael's. How costly could this prove? Quantong a 5-2-32 early on second quarter. They've kicked 3 points to 1 behind so far in this term. A kick out, good kick from Kerr, clears the pack towards the centre. Beautiful hand pass comes out from Brodie towards Paul McGee, grubs one to his brother Jack. The joint coach gets his kick about 5 or 6 metres up the ground, but gets it smothered, and it goes over the line and out of bounds. Just near the scoreboard, and really St Michael should be in front of those 3 shots they've missed. And it will be thrown in, and big Darren Worcester 2 hands it down. Darryl Martin overruns it for the Saints. Oh, good hip and shoulder affected by St Michael's, but according to the umpire it was a little bit unfair. It wasn't so much in the side, it was more in the back. And it is a Quantong free kick. Looks like Brian Wade out there. Wade has got it, floats one high towards the half-forward line. Oh, mark is dropped by St Michael's on his hands and knees. Should have really been taken, made the attempt. Chance for Tim Patterson, pushed off it as he was coming through. Gets it back again. This is good play. A chance for Darryl Martin, tackled. A head-high tackle, says the umpire. And the ball will come back. In fact, Tim Patterson got a head-high tackle as well, and he's got it at half-back. Patterson decides to play on the wrong option, a hand pass to Martin. He's collared, they muck around again, St Michael's. They've got to go back and have a kick. They do well to keep it within their grasp. Martin gets it out again, a hand pass to Corbett. He trickles one along the ground, knocked down from Darren Worcester, taken by Brian Wade, sends it towards half forward. Out comes O'Callaghan in front of Wade, did it superbly. He gets a free kick for over the shoulder. Would have almost paid the mark anyway on the second grab. A good attempt, and John O'Callaghan's got it at half-back. In short again, they're persisting with this short stuff. It's not working. Look for Mark O'Byrne, and he stopped because Paul McGee came in and took the mark. McGee's quick kick towards half-forward. Mark has dropped. Martin fighting hard for it. Wade fighting hard for it too. Ball comes out again. St Michael's will clear it through Wayne Corbett. Standing start kick to the broadcast wing. Sits well for Bye. Worried out of it by Kerr. Tackled though Kerr by Bye. McConaughey's got it. Clough almost brings him to ground. Gets a hand pass. Is shoved in the back. McConaughey got rid of it quickly, and Clough kept on him and made the error. So McConaughey with the free kick on the broadcast wing. Kicks it long and high towards half forward. Martin out positions his opponent. Taking the mark. No, he's given away the free kick. And it'll go to Brodie. Brodie with the footy at half-back. Has a bounce. Martin comes out after him. Brodie goes around him easily. Kicks very poorly. Latest marks in the centre. Latest plays on quickly, goes towards half forward. Here's Gary O'Callaghan, takes the mark, runs off his opponent easily in Everard and kicks in towards the pocket. Burns gets it on the second grab. And St Michael's playing pretty good footy. Their only problem at present is their inability to put it through the majors. They trail by 3. A slight angle for Burns, 40 metres out. Will kick at goal. Not a bad looking kick from Peter Burns. What's he done? He's missed it. Yet another miss. It's 4 behinds in the quarter for St Michael's. 1-2 Quantong, and the Bombers still lead by 2. 5-2-32. St Michael's a 4-6-30. So how costly could these misses prove? Mel Kerr on the left foot. Not a bad looking kick. Favours the outer side. In front, Big Worcester should be paid the mark and is. Graham Bye was ready to take off as the ball fell out. But Worcester goes back and kicks in short. Oh, good interception. Darryl Martin did well, but unfortunately over the shoulder, said the umpire. It's a little bit of a shock because Martin's main idea there was to spoil the player. Anyway, the free kick given to Brennan. Brennan floats it high. It's missed by everyone. Coming out, Kimberley has it now. Takes the hand pass. The foot pass towards the pocket was very, very poor indeed. And it'll be thrown back into play. So disposal of both sides at present, not great. And a little bit of a lull in the game. 5-2-32 Quantong. St Michael's, as I mentioned a couple of times in this quarter, should be in front 4-6-30. So it will be thrown in. And a good use of the body from Worcester. Outplayed Turner, but all he did was thump it over the line. Although to his side's advantage, made about 5 or 6 metres. So it's a throw in again. Oh, well played Worcester, outplayed Turner. Handball to Keat. or Kite I should say, a shot at goal, a very quick one right across the goal line, out of bounce on the full. It looked promising, but Ian Kite was hotly pressed by numerous St Michael's defenders, had to kick quickly and force the error, out of bounce on the full. So it will be kicked back into play by Pat Dunn. Dunn, who coached St Michael's reserves today. They were narrowly beaten by 8 points in a very tight contest. Quantong 12-6-78, St Michael's 11-4-70. Dunn kicks it back into play. O'Callaghan in front. Thumped away Wade, who's out at centre half forward. Daryl Martin took his eyes off the ball and lost it. Wade gets it back again. A hand pass to Kimberley. Kimberley has a pot shot at the goal from 25 metres. Under pressure again, but he's missed. Well, Jason Wade worked hard, got the quick hand pass out to Kimberley. As Martin took his eyes off the footy, got it forward again, the Bombers, but Kimberley's kick was inaccurate. So they blaze away for a fraction too. They lead by 3, 5-3-33 to 4-6-30. And it will be kicked back into play by Pat Dunn. Dunn decides to go to the scoreboard side of the ground. It is not a bad kick either. Using the body was Turner's got to try and touch it before it goes out of bounds. He's done that, and it eventually goes out of bounds. It eluded him for a moment, but he had enough pace and enough desperation to just touch it before it went over the line. So it's a throw-in, forward of centre for Quantong. The Bombers just into attack, and they lead by 3 points, 33-30. It's a throw-in. Cameron Worcester, 2 hands it down. Kimberley is tackled. Quick kick, back into play by Price, but it's an easy mark to Andrew Richardson at half-back for St Michael's. A lead made by Corbett on the broadcast side, but he goes in short, and it's a shocking kick looking for O'Byrne. It drops too short for him. Paul McGee gets it back, kicks long and high towards centre half forward. From behind, Wade couldn't hold on to the mark. Good attempt, tries again. Good tackle on Jack McGee. Ball is jarred free. Richardson couldn't take it with him as he went forward. Picked up by Wade again, tackled. A quick hand pass to Kimberley. Running by, here's an opportunity for a shot at goal for Quantong. Through Ian Kite, he's put it through. Broken the shackles. The first major for the second term goes to Quantong, and they go now to a 9-point lead. 6-3-39, St Michael's 4-6-30. They may rue, though, those costly misses early in the term because they were dominating the play for 5 minutes, bombarding the goals, but all they were doing was scoring majors, itching closer but not going ahead. So 2 goals to Ian Kite, kicks his side 6th. A handy goal, and Jason Wade working pretty hard out at centre half forward there. Good use of the body, good strong tactics. As a change is made, Roger Sadello comes onto the ground for St Michael's, will go out to centre half forward. It's knocked down. Cameron Worcester falls over, taps it out, tapped out by McGee. Getting it out, Jack McGee. Swamped on by Kite. Good innovative tactics. Kimberley bowled over, goes through his feet. Here's an opportunity now for a very desperate Mel Johns. Gets a hand pass out, taken quickly by Richardson. Out to Mark O'Byrne. A left foot kick through the traffic towards the boundary line, and it beats Daryl Martin over the line and out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play with Quantong in front by 9 points. The true wing position on the outer side. And Cameron Worcester is up. 2-handing it down was Turner. Swamped on beautifully. Taken magnificently was O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan with the footy towards Corbett. John Martin comes out, takes the mark. And that was good play from St Michael's. So Martin with the footy. And they'll need a big kick here. Looking for leads, but Roger Sadello's there. Has a lead now. Is on his own. Gary O'Callaghan came down. And no one was watching him. He's taken the mark and decides to kick long. Good looking kick in towards the square. Sadello's there. A swarm of Quantong defenders knock it away. McConaughey taps it out. Here's Martin looking for a goal, but he's swamped. Gets a hand pass out untidy. Here's Latest. Latest, a shot at goal, was a very hurried kick. Travels out of bounds on the full. Well, good tactics from Quantong, forcing errors when St Michael's are going forward with their kicks. And that was another example. Latest under pressure could do nothing but throw it quickly on the boot. And 9 times out of 10, that's not successful, and that's what happened there. Kick back into play by O'Connor towards the outer side. Knocked down by Cameron Worcester. Brennan has the footy near the boundary line. Gets a shove in the back as it goes out of bounds. And Brennan will come out with the footy. In fact, Jack McGee will come out with the footy. Brennan was in there as well. McGee, though, was shoved in the back. And he comes out with the footy at half-back. The joint coach for the Bombers, an ex-St Michael's star, coached the Saints to the 88 flag. McGee on the left foot, foots it up towards the broadcast wing. Knocked down. Play continues as Bry goes after it. Loses control of it. Through his fingers, out of bounds. So it'll be thrown back into play. And as I mentioned, a fair bit of a lull in the play in the second quarter, with just one goal scored. Quantong in front by 9, tapped down by Worcester. Here's Wade, beautiful hand pass. Kimberley to foot pass. Wade gets back and takes it. Brian Wade's hand pass was excellent. Kimberley running through, found Jason Wade sliding out in front. And this could be a very handy goal. The biggest lead of the match could come the Bombers' way with this kick from Jason Wade. Always kicks from a long way out on a slight angle of about 50 metres. And can shoot at goal. Wade kicks. Not a bad looking kick. He's just missed to the left. Good attempt. Through for a minus score. His side in front by 10. He's kicked 2, 6-4-40. St Michael's a 4-6-30. Pat Dunn kicks it back into play. Creating space. Martin will mark it half back. That's Darryl Martin with the footy. Did well that time. And a good lead made from a good kick from Pat Dunn. So Martin plays on quickly in towards the centre of pack forming Sedallo. Oh, one hand, good attempt. He actually handed it out to Matty Latest. Latest kicks high towards half forward. Brodie leads Martin, too much pace. On the left foot goes towards the boundary line, but he kicks poorly out of bounds on the full. There's been a few of those kicked today. And Bernard Kennedy with the footy now at half forward for the Saints. Goes in short. Here's Burns. Gets out in front of Greg Francis, takes the mark. And Burns with the footy on the 50-metre line. In short again to John Martin. Trying to break his opponent, Brodie. They started Clough on him. O'Connor was there, I think, for a short while late in that first quarter. But Brodie now playing on Martin. So Martin an opportunity. Kicked 2 goals early in the first quarter. A chance to kick his third from 50 metres. There's a beautiful kick. St Michael's needed that one. John Martin's kicked his third, his side's fifth. They're 5-6-36. They trail Quantong, who are 6-4-40. So good goal from John Martin. And, well, he's been leading out at centre half forward. That's what he really has to do. If he leads out and puts pressure on the Quantong defenders, there's a big chance St Michael's will kick a winning score today. They're within 4 points now. Their effort in this quarter not great despite the good work rate from the players at the ground. 1 goal for. Well, the Bombers, their effort is 1 goal 2. Murray, he's in the ruck. Punched down from Turner. Straight in the arms of O'Connor. Kicks out towards half forward. Brian Wade knocked out of the contest by Mark O'Brien. In there too, Mark O'Byrne, I should say. And in there too, helping out, seeing it over the line was Freeman. So O'Byrne doing pretty well for St Michael's. It's a throw-in. With his side 4 points down, O'Byrne. Oh, good use of the body, Carlo Sedallo. Coming through was McGee, tackled, dispossessed, working hard to try and get it out. There'll be a free kick. It will go the way of the star ruckman for St Michael's, Carlo Sedallo. Sedallo kicks in towards the centre, using the body. Oh, there's going to be a mark, a great mark. I thought that Brennan used the body well, but Roger Sedallo used the body even better and comes out with the football. Sedallo kicks to Martin, who should take the mark. Martin's got it. And Clough's back on him now, so I don't know what Quantong are doing. I think they're trying to confuse Johnny Martin. They've used Clough for a while. They've used O'Connor, Brodie, and now Clough once again. Martin on the left foot, bombs it long, and beautiful. I think he might have kicked it. St Michael's back in front. They are. John Martin kicks his fourth. He's having a very, very good day. A long left foot kick, a lot of distance in it, a lot of accuracy as well. 6-6-42 to 6-4-40. So a very, very good goal indeed. And he's proving somewhat of a handful for the Quantong defence. Jason Wade has kicked 2 for the Bombers, but John O'Callaghan, the Saints captain coach, is doing a pretty good job down there, stopping Wade more often than not. So 2 points in it. The Saints in front, fighting back. The Bombers look to be getting on top early in the quarter. Murray, beaten by Worcester, slaps it out. Good play, going after Avery. Outplayed though by desperate Latest. Latest kicks around his body, kicks poorly, and a mark dropping back taken by Brendan Everard. Everard with the footy for Quantong. Plays on quickly. Kicks in towards half forward. Wade has the ball knocked away by Callaghan near the boundary line. By overruns it. But he's pushed in the back. Or gets a head-high tackle. Lucks the fortune. He lost control. Comes out with the free kick. Stopped a certain Quantong forward thrust. They were going forward again, the Bombers, looking good. And By centres it in towards the centre of the ground. A good-looking kick. Here's an opportunity, Murray. Hangs in the air, couldn't hold onto the ball cleanly. Coming out, blind turning out of trouble is Kimberley. Foot pass is good. Kite's got the mark in front of Corbett. So they're fighting back. For a couple of minutes, one side's on top, and then the other side's on top. Now the Bombers seem to be on top. And Ian Kite looking to kick his third. He kicks at goal. Slight angle, has missed. Drifted across the goal line and snuck in for a minor score. Kicks his side's fifth behind. And at the moment, they lead by 5. 6-5-41. In fact, they trail by 1, I should say. 6-5-41. St Michael's 6-6-42. The Saints in front. Kick back into play by Dunn. Good kick towards the half-back line. In front, the mark is dropped. It was Kimberley, tries again, he taps it out, but straight to St Michael's. Latest, very busy around that scoreboard wing, in towards the centre. A good bounce for Brody, holds his ground. Quick hand pass out to Kimberley. Standing start, kick towards half forward. Wade swamped, good knock away O'Callaghan. Beautiful hand pass, Daryl Martin at half back. Martin tackled, gets a quick hand pass out. Corbett has to thump it on. Had a couple of Quantong players breathing down his neck. Good play, Murray with the foot pass. Finds Paul McConaughey at half-back. McConaughey has a bounce, loves to run and look ahead. Does exactly that. Kicks towards half-forward, and the mark is taken by Peter Burns. Burns plays on quickly with the short one. Here's an opportunity, O'Callaghan. 50 metres out, Martin's there. Doesn't carry the distance. Clubs in front. Sockers it out towards the boundary line. Straight to By. He slips over. Shepherded very well. By steadies on the right foot. Has a ping at the goals. Has he kicked it? He's kicked St Michael's 7th. And his third. So St Michael's have had 2 goal scorers. Had to have a ping and a look. He stuck it home. And they're 7-6-48. Quantong a 6-5-41. They're in front by 7. So a good handy goal to St Michael's. And they go back to a 7-point lead. A seesawing encounter like the reserves game. They look to be getting on top in the first quarter. The Bombers fought back to lead at quarter time by 5 points. Quantong looked to be getting on top early in this quarter, but St Michael's have fought back to go ahead again. Andrew Murray lost possession. Brian Wade having a touch of the fumbles, not enjoying himself so far this afternoon. The veteran centre half forward for the Bombers. And a pack forms at centre half forward, 60 metres out from their goal. 7-6 to 6-5. St Michael's of 48. Quantong 41. It's put down again. Knocked backwards by Jack McGee. Missed what he probably should have taken. Still gets a kick into the forward line again, McGee. Well played. Knocked out by O'Callaghan. Plays it in front. Here's Mel Johns, the foot pass, immaculate. Opportunity for the Saints to get their run-on game going. Wayne Corbett on the left foot, over the head of Mel Kerr. Here's Kennedy, he sockers it on. Coming out though, Greg Francis plays the ball in front. Hotly pressed by Burns. They see it over the line and out of bounds. About 45 metres out from St Michael's goals, and they lead by 7. 7-6-48 to 6-5-41. Be thrown back into play. Worcester in front. Outplays Sadello and thumps it back over the line, right on 50 metres. Bigger than Ben Hur so far this grand final. It's been a beauty. Tight. Worcester gets it down again. Waiting for the footy. Corbett overruns it, gets it back, runs into trouble, breaks the tackle low with class. Torpedo punts it in towards the pocket. Over the head of Francis. Paul Clough backs his judgment. Comes out straight ahead. Good stuff. High kick towards the wing. Marco Burns spoils Glenn Kimberley and fists it over the line and out of bounds. Did well. 7 points in it. 7-6-48 to 6-5-41. That's a good game. Andrew Murray giving away a few inches and probably a stone or two on the big fellow. Darren Wooster stands out like a carpet snake in a foul house. You can't miss him. Slaps it straight down to Mark O'Byrne though. O'Byrne on the left foot. Oh, Sadello had his back to the play, so missed the opportunity of taking the mark. Knocked out pretty quickly by O'Connor. Very good hand pass. Kicker smothered that time on Freeman. Couldn't do much. St Michael's looked good. A quick hand pass backwards by Gary O'Callaghan. Taken pretty quickly by Latest. Breaks the tackle into the pocket to Martin. Clean bowls him. Clough gets out of a tackle. Blind turns Martin. Kicks high from behind the big thump. Good play near the boundary line by Richardson. And Graham Byers there fighting hard. Gives away a free kick though, says the umpire, over the shoulder of Ian Kite, and Kite will come out with the free kick for Quantong. Torpedo punt has good distance towards half forward. Freeman will run on it. Will he outrun? No, he doesn't outrun. Brought to ground by Carlos Sadello. But I suppose it was fairly intelligent play because Freeman was getting away. Sadello has given away a free kick for over the shoulder, which was bad luck, but he just had to try and stretch his hand out. He did, but over the shoulder of Freeman, but did well to bring him to ground and can slow it down now and allow his teammates to get on their opponents. So it will be with Quantong's Freeman. On the left foot, a big torpedo punt. Had the distance, but the accuracy way off guard. Sails out of bounds on the full, and it will be kicked back into play to be taken by Pat Dunn. Good foot pass. Corbett, did he mark it inside the line? No, he didn't. Well, both sides have continued with this practice of kicking very close to the boundary line, and more often than not, it's gone out of bounds on the full. Bad play. The Bombers have got it, and they can kick it right into the forward line. Good kick. That's a great kick. That's a magnificent kick. Quantong are back in the ball game. That was a magnificent goal. No, he's missed it. Well, I thought he might have kicked that one. It looked great. The reaction from the Quantong people behind was good originally, but the goal umpire said no, it wasn't a bad kick by Brian Wade. On the boundary line, he's just missed. No daylight between the posts. He's brought his side a point closer. 7-6 to 6-6. A kick out towards Wayne Corbett. Just touched it before it went over the line, skidding over the line with it. It'll be thrown back into play. 50-metre line for the Bombers. Into attack. Worcester two hands it down. A pack forming, working hard and bringing it around. Here come the Saints. They do well. Drawing the player Richardson over the top to Latest. Could he be brought down? He is. He's pushed in the side. A grubby kick in towards the centre. Rolls along. Burns is there. Brought up beautiful play. Kimberley used the body. A quick hand pass was untidy. Running on it, Glenn Kimberley. Over the top again towards Brennan. Back towards Craig Kimberley. He overruns it, as did Everard. Brought to ground was Kerr. An opportunity there under pressure. Picked up quickly by Quantong. A shot at the goals. On the line, Daryl Martin. Did he stop it? No, he didn't. Quantong have kicked a goal. And that was terrific play. Big Darren Worcester getting it down. And they've levelled the scores. Well, St Michael's worked hard. They were under pressure. They were besieged, and Quantong got it out and kicked their seventh. They're 7-6-48 apiece, both sides. And it really is a tight contest. Ian Kite, I believe, kicked that goal. That will be his third. And scores a level. Good work from Darren Worcester. Used the body well to allow his side to keep it within their grasp there. He's dominating the centre bounces, but I suppose it's even the number of times that both sides are taking it away from the centre. And that was pretty even again, as St Michael's had a chance, but Quantong tackled hard to keep it within their grasp. It's put down. Worcester beats Murray, who's striving hard. Knocked down again by Carlos Sadello. Comes out beautifully towards Byer. Hand pass to O'Byrne. O'Byrne's foot pass to Martin on the second grab. He's got it. He's playing pretty well, Johnny Martin. The foot pass out wide. This is very, very loose, Quantong. Graham Byers drifted down again and taken the mark. He's kicked three. He's a handy goal scorer, and is certainly leading the Quantong back line players. A merry dance. Loves to run and giving his side someone to kick to, and Johnny Martin has been covered, although Martin doing a pretty good job for his side. So a shot at goal from Graham Bye, a slight angle, 40 metres out, it's off the side of the boot. The goal umpire travels a long way to indicate it is a minor score. The Saints back in front by a point. 7-7-49 to 7-6-48. It is a great grand final. Clough goes in short. Mark taken by Everard. Under pressure from Martin. Gets away. Hand pass back to Clough. Has to run away from Martin and does. And sends it out with a wobbly punt kick towards Brody. Misjudged it. Kimberley not there. McConaughey is. Good hand pass towards O'Callaghan. It's Gary O'Callaghan on the left foot towards half forward. Martin knocks it down. Francis in front of Peter Burns. Sees it over the line and out of bounds. So the Bombers trail by a point. 7-6-48 to 7-7-49. Throw in. Worcester again, the big thump. Sails over the line and out of bounds. Now he got a head-high tackle against Andrew Murray. A knock over the shoulder as they were contesting for the throw-in. And the big fellow Darren Worcester will take it. So the Saints lead by a point. Worcester switching play in towards the centre. Good kick. Good lead made by Brody. Takes the mark. Good hand pass to O'Connor. Draws the player out to Paul McGee. Paul McGee kicks quickly towards half forward. It's all St Michael's backing back and going to ground as he completed the mark was Roger Sadello. No, Pat Dunn. Pat Dunn with the mark. A lot of those tall St Michael's defenders look alike with short crew cut haircuts. He kicks out wide. Good kick from Pat Dunn. There's a free kick given. Vartage is called. Bernard Kennedy with the footy now. Oh, he lost control of it as he went to put it on his boot. Bad mistake, Kennedy. Here's a chance again for Quantong. Burns gets it back, though. Takes it out of the pack as the siren sounds for half-time. By almost had the mark, but the siren's beaten him. And it's half-time here in the 1991 Horsham District Football League Grand Final. The Saints lead by a point, 7-7-49. Quantong 7-6-48. For the Saints, their goal scorers up to half-time, John Martin has kicked 4 and Graham Byers kicked 3. For Quantong, their goal scorers, 3 to Ian Kite, 2 to Jason Wade, and singles to Brett Freeman and Darren Worcester. A fine half of football, very, very even, not much in it at all, a very even contest, and the big crowd here, it certainly will be a record. They were looking for a record, the officials of the Horsham District Football League. I'd say they might have just about achieved that. They're really enjoying a good game. For St Michael's, they're better players. McConaughey, very solid. A fine game from him across the half-back line. Has had a lot of possessions, always a lot of time. Playing on the wing too and creating the loose man. Mel Johns, pretty solid across the half-back line as well. Steve Turner working hard at the centre bounces. Graham Bye getting a lot of possessions in that forward line and has kicked 3 goals. Wayne Corbett, a great player, although a little quieter in the second quarter after a wonderful opening term, Wayne Corbett. He has had a lot of possessions. As I said, though, a little quieter, but still one of the main stars for St Michael's up to half-time. For Quantong, Paul McGee getting a lot of the footy out of the centre, well supported by Craig Kimberley. Ian Kite causing a few problems for the St Michael's defenders, has kicked 3 goals, a live wire across the half-forward line. Darren Brody doing a pretty good job across the half-back line, and Darren Worcester working hard at the centre bounces. A good half of footy. St Michael's trailed at quarter time. They were behind by 5 points. They're in front, though, at half-time by 1. 7-7-49. They kicked 3-5 in that quarter. Quantong also a little inaccurate. Their total in that quarter was 2 goals 5. 7-7-49 St Michael's. Quantong 7-6-48. We'll take a break and be back for a fantastic second half of football from the Horsham City Oval for the Horsham District Football League Grand Final very, very soon. Almost ready for the final half of football in Horsham District Football League for 1991. The Saints are in front by a point, 7-7-49. The Bombers are 7-6-48. And a tough contest in that second quarter, marred by an accurate kicking by both sides in front of goal. St Michael's kicked 2 goals, kicked 3 goals 5, and Quantong, they kicked 2 goals 5. Goal scorers, St Michael's have John Martin with 4, having a great day, and Graham Bye with 3. For Quantong, Ian Kite has 3, Jason Wade has 2, Brett Freeman and Darren Worcester have 1 each. So, 1 half to go. And the Bombers trail by a point. They've been the best side all year. Have suffered just 2 defeats in season 1991 to Douglas Harrow, Marja Lake and also Homers. They've had the wood on the Saints with 3 victories over them this year. And the last 2 fairly recent, the last round of the season and also in the second semi-final a fortnight ago. Bathed in sunshine now, the Horsham City Oval. The crowd is great, and no one knows who's going to win. This next 30 minutes could decide it. Steve Martin's big fist goes 20 metres for St Michael's. Rolls down to Francis, loses control of it, regains it, handballs it on, but McConaughey's in the way and he knocks it out. Here's Mark O'Byrne with a lot of zip about him. Goes after it, loses control, regains it, not much he can do. A pack forming at his feet. The ball though comes out again, they go up after it, but the boundary line beats them all in front of the scoreboard. The Saints by a point, opening 30 seconds of the third quarter. First couple of goals for either side here will make it very, very interesting. Well, good use of the body from Cameron Worcester. Won it straight out of the ruck, then gets the hand pass smothered, and a pack forms at his feet. So Quantong having the luxury of moving their big men around. Cameron and Darren Worcester. Ball's put down. Thumped down. And a pack forming again. Jack McGee tried to thump it down. It's a free kick to St Michael's. And it'll go to Steve Turner. And Turner punts it long towards full forward from the side. Mark dropped by Sadello. By was there, the goal sneak. Couldn't take it. Quantong pick it up beautifully. They'll clear out of defence the Bombers. In towards the centre. Here's an opportunity for them. Mark taken by Brody. Brody kicks out wide. Switching play. And a mark is taken out there by Rob Avery. Avery pretty quiet in the first half, couldn't really get into the play. He goes out wide and a good attempt to mark is taken, and Brody gets it back again after kicking it just a second ago. Brody diving just in front of the boundary line, takes the mark, kicks towards Wade. O'Callaghan's doing a top job from behind, spoils him again. A left foot kick out of defence, sailing near the boundary line from Gary O'Callaghan, and it goes over the line and out of bounds. O'Byrne tried to touch it, but the boundary line beat him. Quantong have it again. The short pass was intercepted, slapped on by Turner, too short, the Bombers. It ricochets back to Cameron Worcester. Worcester towards Wade, too long. In the van is O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan at half-back. Beautiful hand pass to Pat Dunn. Dunn accepts it at half-back, runs away for the Saints. Kicks up to O'Byrne, uses the body, has the pace to get away. Has a bounce at half-forward on the outer side. Kicks up towards McConaughey and By. Neither can take the mark. Hand pass out. Mel Kerr takes it for Quantong. Kicks across his body, switches play intelligently, but it's a swarm of St Michael's players. McConaughey's got it on the boundary line, has a ping at the goals, doesn't bring it in enough, however, and it just sails in, and actually just sneaks in for a minor score. Attempted to bring it in, but not sufficiently. McConaughey kicks a minor and St Michael's in front by 2. 7-8-50, Quantong a 7-6-48, and it'll be a kick back into play. They favour the outer side. A good-looking kick. Good spoil affected by Latison. Worcester had to get up a mile, and that was a pretty good job. A very meritorious effort, actually. Ball trickles off players' feet and goes over the line and out of bounds. So St Michael's in front by 2. Opening couple of minutes, third term. Very important. This first few minutes in regard to the context of the game. Ball is thrown in. Worcester knocks it down. Mark O'Byrne's at his feet fighting for the footy. Can't get a clear advantage, all clean possession, and the umpire will call for a bounce. And he crawls away. He's in a little bit of trouble. Yes, he looks like he's limping. He's in quite a bit of trouble. St Michael's trainers are out there. And they get it back, though, again, the Saints. O'Byrne decided to keep playing on despite being injured. The left foot kick was good, and it's marked inside the boundary line in front of the race by Peter Burns. So Burns has got it. Kicks long and high, but not very handsome. A pretty poor kick. Good percentage stuff to kick it long and high, but kicked it inaccurately. Doesn't even get in for a minor score. So the Saints doing most of the attacking early in this quarter. They lead by 2. 7-8-50 to 7-6-48. Kick back into play. Good kick, Brennan. A floating punt kick towards half-back. It's a mark to Craig Kimberley. Kimberley standing his ground on the 50-metre line. Keeps the play around the outer side. Kicks it high in front. Worcester can't mark it. Big thump from Turner. A bouncing ball, no man's land. Who's there for St Michael's? Wayne Corbett. Corbett fends it out. Quantong get it back again, but the kicker smothered and goes over the line and out of bounds. All the play on this side of the ground, and most of the boundary throw-ins have occurred at that part just near the scoreboard. Thrown in again. Ball comes out. Here's an opportunity for the Bombers. They do well. Handball smothered. They work extremely hard at the bottom of the pack. St Michael's in there as well. And again, nothing happening. First couple of goals, as I've mentioned, extremely crucial, I believe, to the context of this game. Put down again. Worcester won't get a good bounce. Paul McGee is brought out of the contest as he tried to get his hands on it. Knocked away. Here's an opportunity now. Hand pass over the top. Jack McGee to no man's land. Good hip and shoulder. Gary O'Callaghan. McConaughey fends it out. McGee back again. Hand pass to Brody. Brody to Kimberley on the left foot. Swings it in. Thump away from Dunn. Who's there for St Michael's? No one. It's all Quantong through Avery. Handballs the big fellow. Worcester runs into trouble. Beautifully tackled. Dispossessed. Bends down again, but gives away a free kick as he tackled an opponent who didn't have the football as he was fighting for it. It'll come back and be taken by Tim Patterson. Patterson with the footy for the mix. Runs away, has a bounce. Into the centre, says, I'm going to kick it long. That's where he goes. Kicks it towards centre half forward. O'Byrne can't mark it. Gets it back again. A left foot stab pass at the goals. There's a vacant goal. He's put it through. Handy goal to St Michael's early in the third quarter. Couldn't take the mark, so he tapped it down in front of him. Very intelligent play. And a low left foot kick went goalward. He's put through his side's eighth, and the lead by 8 points. 8-8-56, Quantong 7-6-48. First goal to Mark O'Byrne. So an excellent goal, just what the Saints required. They got the first and the second quarter and couldn't go on with it though. What can they do from here? Can Quantong fight back? Worcester wins it and then gets his kick smothered. Paul McGee though, ricochets to him. Drives the Bombers into attack. Freeman lurking, can't take it. O'Callaghan's killing Wade. Good hand pass to Dunn. Dunn goes out wide. Good looking kick. O'Byrne does well to outplay his opponent and run after the football. In his race now on the left foot as he picks it up. Kicks towards half forward. Glenn Kimberley had a chance to mark it. Knock away by Sodello. Ball ricochets to Daryl Martin. Martin runs away quickly. Gets a hand pass into space. Oh, his teammate was collared in the end, and it'll be cleared by Brendan Everard. Everard gets the Bombers out of trouble. Kicks into the centre. It's a shocking kick. Dunn spilt the mark under pressure from Worcester. Tapped out. Desperate play from Patterson. Bursts his way through. O'Byrne is the trouble player. At half forward, 50 metres out. It's a vacant goal again. He kicks. As he kicked it, nothing is happening. The goal umpire is checking with the field umpire. No. Player stopped. Mark O'Byrne is absolutely dominating him. Seemed to go down with crap, and as soon as he went down a few minutes ago, picked the ball up and kicked it forward. Has found confidence again with some magnificent plays. And I don't know what happened there, whether the ball missed for a goal or a point. I suppose if it was a goal, they would have let it go. But the fact that he's gone back to take a kick, it means it must have been a point. Kicks towards half forward, a little bit dangerous. Glenn Kimberley tried to get in the way and cut off the supply of Corbett. Corbett's a tough player, holds his ground and accepts the mark. So they have an 8-point lead, St Michael's, 8-8-56. Quantong 7-6-48. And playing good football. And Mark O'Byrne, the major catalyst for the excellent start in the third quarter for the Saints. Corbett will kick from inside 50. Fires at the goals. Good looking kick off the boot. Has he kicked it or has he missed it? He's put it straight through the centre. The goal umpire moved to fair way. It snuck in. A lot of green and gold streamers now around the ground waving in delight. 9-8-62 St Michael's. They had a lead of 14 halfway in the first quarter. They lead Quantong by that margin now. The Bombers 7-6-48 needing the next goal. Otherwise it could be curtains for them. So good handy goal to Wayne Corbett. And 14 points in arrears now, the Bombers. Ball's put down. Cameron Worcester is up, but it favours Turner, and he thumps it down, but straight to Glenn Kimberley. Bursts his way through for Quantong. Good advantage shown by Kimberley. Kicks out towards the outer side. Getting an unfortunate bounce is Roger Sodello, but he was held on to by Brian Wade, who's having a dirty day. And it's Carlos Sodello, actually. Carlos Sodello with the football. Sodello kicks up towards Roger Sodello, his cousin. Can't mark it. Thumped away Brennan. Bursting through Kimberley. That's Glenn Kimberley over the top of the hand pass. His teammate was under pressure. Gets his kick smothered. That was brother Craig near the boundary line. And eventually beats them all over the line and out of bounds. As they try and push it forward. Quantong badly requiring a goal. And John O'Callaghan must be congratulated for his top job on Jason Wade. Wade's contribution so far, 2 goals, 1. Knocked down from Turner. Knocked backwards from Patterson. Steve Turner goes after it again. but it beats him over the line and out of bounds. Boundary line was once again too close. And St Michael's a handy advantage at present. 14 points in front. There might be a free kicker, I think. Darren Worcester used his body too well, deems the umpire, and Steve Turner, giving away height but playing quite well, will take the free kick. Turner plays on quickly. A floating kick was very, very poor. Mark taken by Avery. Quick kick as the kick was touched, and eventually Turner floats back and takes the mark. Gets a quick hand pass. Standing start will put Corbett under pressure. Gets a hand passed away. Has to ride a couple of tackles and bumps. Gets it back to Turner. His kick is atrocious. Mark taken by Kimberley. Decides to run away. Back his judgment. Kick towards half forward. And Brian Wade finally gets out and takes a mark. But as I mentioned, a pretty quiet day for Brian Wade. So Wade with the footy. Goes for the short one. Here's Jason Wade. O'Callaghan does well to cut off his supply. Tapped out by Johns. Here's McConaughey. Shepherd magnificently, and McConaughey gets away. Kicks out wide towards Kennedy. Gets an unfavourable bounce, but the bounce doesn't really favour Francis either. It's knocked backwards. Good play from Francis to Glenn Kimberley. An unfortunate bounce for McGee. McConaughey's got the pace and desperation. Buys hand pass to Kennedy was beautiful. Kennedy kicks in towards the pocket. Martin does well. Outfists his opponent. Sees it near the boundary line. Tunnels it underneath his legs. Good play to try and keep it within their grasp. Roger Sadello near the boundary line. And gee, they worked hard, the St Michael's forwards. It's out of bounds, 45 metres out from goal. So Quantong, as far as I'm concerned, under a little bit of pressure at present. The next goal for St Michael's will be very, very valuable. Ball's thrown in. Slapped out by Cam Worcester. Oh, McConaughey's knocked off the ball. A good hip and shoulder affected. And also a good hip and shoulder on Avery. And McConaughey pushing and shoving on the boundary line there too, right on the boundary line. He didn't like the treatment he received. He's a tough customer. He'll fight back. And Craig Kimberley was involved too in that minor exchange. So it'll be a free kick anyway to Quantong. They'll take it and drive it towards half back from the side. No one can take the mark. Corbett at the base of the pack takes the footy, kicks towards Roger Sadello. Outplays Brennan. Used the body a little better and has held the mark. And directly in front. Fair distance out though. Can give St Michael's a 20-point lead. Sadello kicks it goal. It looks good. It is good. 10 goals to St Michael's. Going away a little bit at the moment. The Saints have kicked the first 3 goals of this quarter. They've kicked 3 goals, 1. The Bombers haven't troubled the scorers so far in the second half. They're 7-6-48. St Michael's are 10-8-68. First goal to Roger Sadello. Excellent goal by the big man. A very good mark. And gee, they're working hard. And starting to look good. And once again, congratulations to John O'Callaghan. What a top job he's doing on Jason Wade. Wade uses the body magnificently, but O'Callaghan is really playing him tight and using the body equally as well as Wade, if not better, and winning more often than not. Cameron Worcester gets it down. Shark by Kimberley. Drives his side into attack. Darren Worcester, outstretched arms, gets in front of his opponent and takes the mark. Kicks long towards full forward. O'Callaghan backs back and thumps away again. Here's Wade, can't take it. O'Callaghan swamps it, gets a little left foot kick out. A free kick will go the way of St Michael's. And it will go back, I think, to John O'Callaghan. Or, yes, it will go to John O'Callaghan. Good play. Well, Paddy Dunn outplayed by Darren Worcester there, but hasn't done a bad job on the resting ruckman, the 2 Worcester brothers so far in this contest. O'Callaghan goes out wide. It's taken by Daryl Martin, kicks up towards Kennedy. He goes underneath it, and Greg Francis takes the mark. Francis with the headband or the bandana, whichever way you want to describe it, in short. Mark taken by Avery. He goes towards half forward. Thump away from Brody. Here's an opportunity. McConaughey playing a wonderful game. McConaughey towards centre half forward over the head of By and Kerr. Martin thumps it down. Too long for By. Who's there? Tapped out by Martin again. He worked extremely hard. Shark by Kennedy. A quick boot towards the forward line. Sails over the head of everyone and out of bounds on the full. So to be kicked back into play, St Michael's are 20 points up, 10-8-68, Quantong are 7-6-48. The kick out, but O'Byrne from the side floats in and takes the mark. and he is just about best on ground along with McConaughey. Goes in short, Martin comes out in front of Kerr, was late and looked like he might miss out, but he got in late and drags in a very good mark indeed. Great grab, John Martin. He's kicked 4 goals to a good focal point. Can give his side a 26-point lead. Martin on the left foot, 50 metres out. Not a bad looking kick, but the Quantong people are happy because his kick misses to the left. 21 points up now. The Saints 10-9-69. The Bombers are 7-6-48, and St Michael's have skipped away with a wonderful third quarter. So Mel Kerr kicks it back into play, straight down the centre. Worcester lurking, couldn't mark it, thumped down. Ball falls in the arms of Corbett, has a bounce on the left foot. Andrew Richardson it was actually, kicks long, but his kick misses to the left. He read it well, Richardson, had a couple of bounces, chanced his arm, but the kick just missing to the left. So St Michael's 10-10-70, threatening to really take this game away from Quantong. The Bombers are 7-6-48. A kick to the outer side. Falls in the arms of McGee. A quick kick. Missed. Here's an opportunity now for Kite. Gets a hand pass over the top. Under a little bit of pressure, Brody trades bumps and comes out with it. A hand pass to Craig Kimberley. Kicks towards Wade. Wade is outplayed by Callaghan again. Under a little bit of pressure. The umpire said it was a mark, but Wade had played on. Goes for the hand pass over the top. Hand pass comes back to Wade. Under pressure on the boundary line, sends it into Worcester. A thump away. Here's an opportunity for Freeman. Can he pick it up and keep it in? The answer is no. It's out of bounds. And despite Jason Wade being paid the mark, I still thought John O'Callaghan did pretty well on that exchange and has won that contest hands down today. Wade has kicked just 2 goals for the Quantong side. John Martin's kicked 4 for St Michael's. Darren Worcester wins it on the left foot, out of the ruck towards the goal line, but Mel Johns waits back for St Michael's. On the left foot, floats one out wide, over the head of Patterson. Who's there? Can he pick it up? Under a little bit of pressure was Francis. Overruns it. They battle hard, Quantong, at the moment. St Michael's in there as well. Ball comes out to O'Byrne. Drags one along the boundary line, and the player stopped. Or is it out? No, it's still going on. I thought the ball might have gone over the line. Cameron Worcester thought it might have gone over the line. He's gone after it, and eventually his hand pass is smothered, and now it's out of bounds. So I'd say St Michael's are 22 points up and looking reasonably good. Quantong struggling a fraction, 7-6-48 to 10-10-70. Missed by Worcester, taken by Gary O'Callaghan. His teammate under pressure, Richardson, floats one high towards half forward. An easy mark to the Bombers across half back. So Quantong with the footy. Dave O'Connor goes in short. Good play from Latus to knock it away. Good hip and shoulder Patterson. Ball comes down to Latus again. Latus kicks out towards centre half forward looking for Martin, but holding his ground and taking the mark. Ian Kite has been moved into defence on Johnny Martin, and that move is working so far for the Bombers. Martin yet to kick a goal in this quarter. Kite kicks out wide. Over the head of everyone. Running back on it again and missing it was Everard. Tries again near the boundary line. It's paddled on and over the line. So it's obviously too early for St Michael's to pop open the champagne bottles, but they'd be feeling reasonably confident answering all of Quantong's challenges so far in this quarter as Darren Worcester thumps it out again, but it's all St Michael's at the fore of the ball. By a hand pass to Dunn. Dunn gets his kick smothered, ricocheted backwards by Patterson, and the boundary line's there once again. And I'd love a dollar every time the ball's been thrown in on that outer side. Many times. And that's where most of the players occurred, on the outer side. The scoreboard side of the City Oval. It's tapped out again, a rolling ball. Kimberley goes in, can't get it. Latus gets it. McConaughey roaming across half forward. The short pass, Martin on a lead, can't mark it, through his fingers to the pocket. By has the pace, Kerr's with him too, and he forces it over the line and out of bounds. So Kite doing a pretty good job on Johnny Martin in this quarter, keeping him goalless, as I said so far. Martin has kicked 4 and has been a fairly handy performer for the Saints. A lead by 20. Worcester gets it down. Sharked on the left foot, Avery. A wonky kick towards the boundary line. Too long, and beats Latus over the line and out of bounds. Well, the Bombers look like they've stopped. They just can't get it past half forward, and John O'Callaghan is absolutely thrashing Jason Wade, the main avenue to goal for Quantong, and they're struggling. Throw in. Latus gets it down from the tap down from Worcester. He's winning most of the tap downs, but straight to St Michael's. A bouncing kick from Latus, lands in the arms of By towards full forward, and Ian Kite gets in late and forces it through for a minus score with a big punch. So 23 points in arrears now. Quantong need the next goal. Otherwise, they'll be looking right down the barrel. 10-11 to 7-6, 71-48. And Kite to kick it back into play. Favours the outer side, a good punt kick. Brennan's there. Can he mark it? No, he's pushed his opponent in the back, said the umpire. It's going to be a St Michael's free kick. Mark O'Byrne will take it. The foot pass to Martin, comes out in front of Kite. He's taken it. And Mark O'Byrne has been absolutely fantastic in this quarter. Everything he's done in this quarter has been superb. Has set goals up and set play out for St Michael's. A major factor in their wonderful third quarter. So, Johnny Martin with the footy. A long left foot kick. He's 50 metres out. Comes inside 50 now. On the left foot. Has kicked 4. It's been clapped through by McConaughey. He'll come out and congratulate the big full forward. Martin's kicked 5 and St Michael's getting away. 11-11-77. Quantong 7-6-48. And Quantong are like the boy with the barrow. They've got the job in front of them now, trailing by 29 points into the later part of the third quarter. And as I mentioned, they need the next goal. Well, they needed the goal before John Martin got one for St Michael's. It's not forthcoming at the moment. As the Worcester boys change again, Cameron and Darren. Cameron back into the forward line, and Darren has gone to the ruck. Cameron actually at centre half forward, and Worcester wins it again, but straight to Corbett. He kicks up to half forward, cleared by Brody. Good looking kick towards the half back line. Dunn fists it out wide. Avery in front. His teammate helps him out in Freeman inside the boundary line. Kicks long to the pocket. A bad bounce for O'Callaghan, but it sits well eventually for him as he foots it out towards Dunn. Dunn, the little foot pass is good and finds Andrew Murray, who takes the mark at half back. Murray now at the footy. On the left foot goes in towards the centre. Oh, raking in a wonderful one-hander, Roger Sadello. They're playing like men possessed at the moment. St Michael's looking the goods. 29 points in front. A kick up the ground again by Sadello wasn't good. A mark taken by Quantong. Kick back into play, Brennan. Worcester is up. Good harassing by Sadello to force the spoil. Ball goes to ground. Andrew Murray on the left foot roves it well. Kicks in towards the half forward line. On the second grab, the mark couldn't be completed by Corbett. Battles in after it again. A pack forming at his feet. Comes out the classy O'Brien. A hand pass. Goes to ground, Burns. Can he get it back? Sockers it along the ground near the boundary line. And it eventually goes over the line and out of bounds as desperate Quantong defenders see it there. Well, they need to do something. St Michael's running all over them at the moment. 29 points up. 11-11 to 7-6. 77 to 48. And they are battling Quantong. Just haven't looked like it in this quarter. Have got it forward on a few occasions, but the strong St Michael's defence led by captain coach John O'Callaghan and Mel Johns have seen the ball out all the time. So there's a little bit of a lull in play. A Quantong fellow is down in a little bit of strife there, being helped up, but back into the fray. Danny Lannon, the Bomber runners, come out just to see what's going on. And play is stopped momentarily, but we start again. Sadello and Worcester. Worcester outplays Sadello with his strength. Knocks it down. Here's an opportunity. Quick hand pass comes out of the pack. They bring it around the outer side. Quantong flying from the side. Brian Wade. Is he claimed the mark? Yes, he is. He's got the mark. And Wade plays on pretty quickly, but told by the umpire to go back and have a kick. Kick back over his mark. And one of the reasons why the Bombers are struggling at present, one of their major focal points up forward. Brian Wade has had a pretty dirty afternoon, unable to really get into the game. Goes in short again, and lurking back and taking the mark, Brendan Everard. Everard inside the boundary line. Jason Wade is really not moving at the moment. I suppose Everard too far away from him at present. Wade comes out now. He's in front. Martin thumps it away. Wade on the second grab. McConaughey cuts off the supply. Here's an opportunity. Brody into an open goal. Mark taken by Freeman. And Quantong finally score in the third quarter to keep their chances slightly alive. The Bombers are 8-6-54. St Michael's 11-11-77. I thought Wade did pretty well then, couldn't take the mark, he punched it on. McConaughey was there to try and cut off the supply, but running by, they had the runners through Darren Brody, who's tried hard in this quarter, and eventually ended with Freeman, who's kicked his second, and I suppose keeps his side in touch, just. So 23 points behind Quantong, approaching three-quarter time, 8:6:54. St Michael's, a match-winning quarter for them, one would think. 11-11-77. They've kicked 4 goals to 1. Murray misses it. Out of the centre, Paul McGee, a high left foot kick. Kimberley from the side, knock away. Good play from Carlos Adello. Coming out of defence through Shane Bryant, who kicks beautifully towards the boundary line. It goes over the line and out of bounds. Good touch shown by Bryant. Good defender's kick. Cleared the pack and had 1 or 2 hops over the line. So it will be brought back into play, and Paul McConaughey is standing on the edge of the boundary line there in case a big thump comes in from Darren Worcester. But Roger Sadello knocks it down. Jack McGee misses it. Corbett does well to clear the path. It's tapped out by Richardson, but blocked by Glenn Kimberley. He knocks it on again. Ball comes out towards Daryl Martin. Pack forming there as the St Michael's player worked hard for the footy, and Matty Latis couldn't really get a clear advantage. Had Jeff Price putting pressure on him, and nothing happened. So 23 points up, 11-11 to 8-6. It's put down again. Worcester knocks it down, taken by McGee. McGee has the footy on the wing, gets it out to Avery. Avery plays on quickly after taking the mark. Wrong foot Shane Bryant, kicks towards half forward. The big thump from Johns, and near the boundary line, slipping over the line, unfortunately, after grabbing it, was Johns, helped out by Roger Sadello, and it will be brought back into play. Carlo Sadello, actually, I always confuse him and Roger. Number 11 is Carlo, number 3 is Roger. Darren Worcester knocks it backwards. Here's Carlo Sadello this time. Got your name right now, son. Kicks high to centre half forward, or misjudging the mark, O'Connor falls in the arms of Kennedy. Kicks towards Martin. Knock away by Kerr. Holds his ground and gets the Bombers out of defence momentarily. Falls short. Latest takes the mark. Matty Latis has got it, gets a hand pass to Kennedy, runs into trouble, likes to go on the left foot, does, towards full forward. Martin, can he mark it? Off the pack, kicks a goal. There's St Michael's 12th. John Martin kicks his 6th. They're 12-11-83, and Quantong look gone, 8-6-54. Well, that was a very, very good piece of play by St Michael's. Quantong, the defender's kick, Mel Kerr's kick dropped short. And they did well to keep it within their grasp. St Michael's long kick. Martin couldn't take the mark. Bounced at his feet and he put through his 6th. Well, he's had a very, very good day, John Martin. And helping his side, one would think at this stage, to another premiership. And their 5th in the Horsham District Football League. Their first since 1988. But still a quarter to go and funnier things have happened. But the way St Michael's are playing, they're looking the goods. Eluding the tackle and getting his side out of trouble on the left foot was Brody, trying hard towards half forward. Freeman can't take it. Knocked to ground, Carlos Sadello. Brian Wade, a good hand pass to Freeman. Can he juggle it? He can. Gets another hand pass, intercepted by Andrew Richardson. Good defence. Kicks out wide. Here's Andrew Murray. He's got the footy now on the outer side. On the left foot, McConaughey comes out and takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Ball falls on the arms, luckily, of Daryl Martin. Martin kicks towards half forward. Here's Kennedy. Behind him, putting pressure on him is Francis. Kennedy slips over, loses control of the footy. Latest gets his kick smothered and then is penalised for in possession. I can't quite understand that. I thought he'd lost control. He tried to get a boot to ball. But anyway, the umpire's a bit closer to me. And a free kick to go the way of Mel Kerr. Kerr kicks in towards Worcester. The big man should mark that. It'll be paid. Play on calls the umpire is taken by McGee. McGee out towards Brennan. Brennan towards Kimberley. Can Kimberley mark it? He'll be paid, it says the umpire. He made a little bit of a meal of it, but the umpire's given him the benefit of the doubt. He's got it in the centre. He kicks out towards half forward. Wade's there. Callaghan there too. Defeats him once again. Play on calls the umpire. Here's an opportunity. Can he break the tackle? Cameron Worcester, he can't. He's too slow. It'll be cleared by Pat Dunn. St Michael's look the goods. And there's a free kick down the field after Dunn had kicked it. That again is a lack of discipline for the Bombers, because Dunn's kick wasn't that great. But Quantong have lost possession altogether, and Paul McConaughey for mine best on the ground with the footy on the outer side. Oh, Martin uses the body. Maybe a slight shove there. He's been paid it. He's taken it. He's a long way out from goal. He's a long kick. Movement from Sadello in the square. Movement from Graham By in the forward pocket. And Martin's unsure what to do. He was going to go for a short kick, but he's now gone back to roost it long and says, that's what I'll do. So Johnny Martin, instead he decides to go short the last moment, changed his mind magnificently. He saw Roger Sadello just sneak away from his opponent. He's come out and taken the mark. And gee, they're looking good. 12-11-83 to 8-6-54. And there's the siren. So Sadello can take his kick and take his time. He might maybe nail, or start nailing, a few nails in Quantong's coffin. Sadello kicks it, goal. It's a beautiful looking kick. A very handy three-quarter time goal. The Saints, what a wonderful quarter it's been for them. They have kicked 6 goals, 5. Quantong have kicked just 1 straight. And St Michael's at three-quarter time, 13-11-89. Thrashed Quantong on that quarter. The Bombers looking very dejected as they go to their huddle. They're 8-6-54. The Saints go together, clapping each other and patting each other on the back. They lead by 35 points, 13-11-89 to 8-6-54. Goal scorers for St Michael's, 6 to John Martin, 3 to Graham Bye, 2 to Roger Sadello, and singles to Mark O'Byrne and Wayne Corbett. For Quantong, 2 to Jason Wade, 3 to Ian Kite, 1 to Brett Freeman. In fact, 2 to Brett Freeman. We'll start those again. 3 to Ian Kite, 2 each to Brett Freeman and Jason Wade, and 1 to Darren Worcester. What a wonderful quarter from St Michael's. They dominated the game from the start of the term. Quantong kicked just 1 goal and look in real trouble, trailing by 35 points. Well, looking at the better players for St Michael's, plenty of those. The catalyst, I thought, for their revival and their dominance of that quarter was Mark O'Byrne. Had a wonderful quarter, a lot of possessions, worked extremely hard, well supported by Tim Patterson. Also the other smaller running players, Matt Ladis has had a good day. Paul McConaughey almost best on ground, started the game at half back, lurking across half forward, is someone to kick to and working magnificently. Wayne Corbett, as I mentioned, had a great day and again a very, very good quarter. And the defence, John O'Callaghan has beaten Jason Wade, kept the star full forward to just 2 goals, 1, and he really has been a wonderful player. Mel Johns, Pat Dunn also on the resting ruckman, the Worcester brothers, another very fine game, and also Carlo Sadello, a solid game across centre half back. For Quantong, there weren't many that quarter. I suppose Mel Kerr tried pretty hard. Freeman tried harder late in the quarter. I thought Brody was their best player. He tried hard right from the word go and continually drove them forward, but there was no one there to help them out. He's putting in pretty hard. I thought Glenn Kimberley also tried reasonably hard, and mention must be made of O'Connor. But really, they're in trouble at the moment, the Bombers. The Saints just seem too good, leading 13-11-89. Quantong 8-6-54. We'll be back for the final 30 minutes of footy in Horsham District Football League for season 1991 in just a sec. We're ready for the last quarter of football for the Horsham District Football League in season 1991. And on that third quarter performance, St Michael's careering towards the premiership. They kick 6 goals to 1 and they lead by 35 points, 13-11-89. The Bombers are 8-6-54. Ball's put down. John O'Callaghan just calling for another great 30-minute effort. Jack McGee has told his guys to get moving. He said they were terrible in that quarter. Kicker smothered from Jeff Price's boot. It's at half forward and St Michael's are desperate. Richardson goes in. John's in there as well. They want that football. That defence has been watertight today. Led by Callaghan's magnificent job on Jason Wade. Restricted the star full forward to just 2 goals. Well, his opposite number at the other end, John Martin, has played pretty well, kicked 6 for the Saints as they lead by 35 points. Opening minute. Ball's put down. Worcester is up. The big thump from Worcester. This could be all right. Over the top, Brody. Wade is there, but the supply cut off by Richardson. Wade gets it back, kicks over his shoulder and puts it through. That's the start that Quantong required. They needed the first goal to have any chance, and they've got it. Well, I thought that Richardson was going to clear it, couldn't quite judge it properly. Wade's got it back and kicked his third. Opportunist goal from Jason Wade. And they're 9-6-60. St Michael's at 13-11-89. A 29-point lead to the Saints. Good start to Quantong. That'll fire them up a little bit. The next one's very, very important. Opening minute, Quantong get the first goal for the last quarter. Murray gets it down, but back again to Brody, who I thought was his side's best player, Quantong, in that quarter. Towards half-back, O'Byrne traps it, runs away. Magnificent pace, Mark O'Byrne. The foot pass, Sadello, no, Kennedy behind takes the mark. And Bernard Kennedy with the footy at half-forward for St Michael's. On the left foot, goes out wide. Martin, too strong. Paid, yes, he's just held on to it long enough. Just held on to it long enough by mine. The umpires agreed. John Martin can kick his 7th and get one straight back straight away inside 50 as he shoots at the goals. It's not a bad looking kick. He kicked it very well, but unfortunately Fawcett Michaels and himself, great distance, the accuracy just off a fraction, missing to the left. 9-6-60. St Michaels are an even 5 goals in front. 13-12-90. Mel Kerr with the footy. Goes straight down the centre. High kick, not too bad at all. McConaughey allows Raiders to come in, but it's thumped away. Kimberley out to Avery, beautifully tackled O'Byrne. They get possession again, only momentarily the Saints. Back to Kimberley from the knockdown from Gary O'Callaghan. Tap down from Dunn. Shepherd's McConaughey kicks in short near the boundary line, just bounces. No, bounced over the line. So it's a Quantong ball. Well, Graham Bye gets the free kick. Couldn't quite work that out anyway. Bye gets a free kick. Must have been a free kick. Trying to work out what happened there. Anyway, he's kicked the ball long into the forward line, but a free kick is given the way of Francis, who was ridden into the ground. He'll take the free kick in the back pocket. Francis switches play a little bit dangerously. It should come off though. Mark taken by Everard. Bumps off Latus. Goes in quickly. Has Avery starting to get into the game a little bit. Changed his mind about handballing. Decided to kick it. And his kicker smothered by O'Byrne. Ricochets down, tapped on by Pat Dunn. To McConaughey, swings it in on the left boot. Here's Bye now in the centre of the ground. Sends it long. Martin is out. He's too good for Kerr. He's got out and taken the mark. Too strong. 5 goals in front. Martin in short again, the pocket. Burns, but doing well to back and take the mark. Wade whipped away by Burns, but Burns has a shot at goal, but it's all Quantong again. Well, Wade, who's been moved into defence, had a pretty poor day today, Brian Wade. He did well to intercept it, then mucked it up. Burns got it away, but luckily Brennan was in the way. He's taken the mark and kicks out towards the half-back flank. It's knocked down. Riding a couple of bumps and a couple of tackles, Everard. Good classy hand pass to Kimberley. Gets a hurried left boot to ball, but only as far as Gary O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan chips over the top. Good play again. Can he trap it? That's Mel Johns. Yes, he can, but then it's brought to ground by Avery. Picked up by Latus again. Swings on the left foot, but straight to Darren Worcester. Playing a kick behind the play, takes the mark at centre half back. Went to hand pass, has changed his mind, gone back for the kick, the short one. It's come off and Brady's taken the mark. Backward of centre for the Bombers. Kicks high. They're playing a lot better at the moment. Towards the centre half back position for St Michaels. Tap down from Daryl Martin. McConaughey tackle, breaks the tackle and gets the ball back. Kicks into the centre, out in the direction of Bye. Tap down, missed by Corbett. He's worked pretty hard at the bottom of the pack. Francis works hard too. Pack forming again. Quantong try and get it out. Everard runs into O'Byrne. Knocks the ball to the ground. Back to Latus though. Another one out to Gary O'Callaghan. Sits well for Corbett. Corbett under a little bit of pressure. Can he get around his opponent? He can. That was Price. Well played. Corbett, the short one. Martin bounces off his chest as he dives forward. Hand pass accepted by Brian Wade. Wade on the left foot drives the Bombers forward. And the mark taken by John McGee. McGee chips up the ground again towards the half-forward line. They're in the van again. They work hard, but Daryl Martin does well to keep it within his side's grasp. Near the boundary line. Play on continues. Right on the line. There'll be a free kick to Quantong for a push in the back. And the Bombers have got it. About 60 metres out from goal. Playing on. Brody towards full forward. There's a mark. There's a mark in the middle. A Quantong mark. It's like maybe Mr. Versatile. Maybe Mr. Versatile Ian Kite. I'll just check it. It was a top mark. It's been kicked. It's a Quantong goal by Ian Kite. They're within 4 goals. They're showing a little bit now. And Kite, a very versatile player, has been fairly consistent today. For 2 quarters in the forward line. Spent the 3rd quarter in the back line, and Johnny Martin cut him out of the game a bit, but the rest of the St Michael's players got going. and has gone back to the forward line this quarter, and the Quantong supporters have found some voice again. Kite kicks his fourth. A bit of a show. They trail by 4. St Michael's 13-12-90. Quantong 10-6-66. The Saints need the next. To be sure, I'd say. Quantong get the next. Back into it even further. Andrew Murray tapped down to Bye. Brought to ground. Kimberley picks up. He's found some extra toe. Kicker smothered very well by Sadello. Ricochets back to Brennan. Kicks sidewards. Kicks it reasonably intelligently out towards Francis. He allows Freeman to pick it up though. Freeman sends it long on the left foot. Good direct stuff. Great mark taken from behind. But the free kick given against Martin for a shove out. And Jack McGee's got it. And they're finishing well, League Bombers. In short. Mark taken by Everard. Everard in short again to Worcester. Oh, McConaughey knocks it away. Does it magnificently, but gives away a free kick for over the shoulder. Goes to Avery, and then Worcester pushes McConaughey to the ground. That's a lack of discipline, Quantong. They had a chance to score another goal, and McConaughey gets the free kick. So temper's fraying a bit. Kicks out wide. The big fellow Sadello goes up. Has played well since coming on the second quarter. Takes the mark. Corbett inside the boundary line. On the outer side towards half forward. Good attempt to mark Burns. Gets the run of the ball. Hand passes into McConaughey. Couldn't accept it. Or gets it back again. Clever play McConaughey. Off the side, a high one. Bray does well to hold his ground. Johns tried to come through. Wade is there. Johns gets it back. Unsure what to do. A quick kick towards half forward. Kennedy under pressure. Francis from behind outmarks him. Well, fever pitch at the moment. The crowd getting on their feet as Quantong show a little bit. Francis kicks out to space. And the mark taken by O'Connor. O'Connor in towards the wing. Latest intercepts it. Runs back on the footy. Gets tackled. Goes to ground. A hand pass to Martin. Martin to Carlo Sadello. Another one out to Corbett. Corbett to Dunn running by. The short one towards Martin at half forward. Has he got the pace to outrun Kerr? He has. A hand pass back to Dunn. Dunn directs long. Burns had his back to the play. And Francis drifted across and took the mark. Francis was told to go back over the line and have his kick. Well, the Saints have kicked just 1 point. The Bombers have kicked 2 goals in this quarter. Quantong 10-6-66. St Michael's at 13-12-90. And Greg Francis kicks it long, high and handsome. Good kick in front. Sadello, it's given a free kick. Well played, Sadello. Almost came down with the mark too, so might have almost been paid the mark as well. Short pass to Mel Johns. Johns long to full forward. Burns is there. Knocked out by Francis, working hard. Burns on hands and knees, tries to fend it out. Tackled pretty desperately by Mel Kerr, and a pack forms about 11 metres out from St Michael's goal. Kicking to the netball court end of the ground. Of course, they've finished their games for the day. And everyone watching the footy. A pretty healthy crowd for the grand final. Darren Worcester does the right thing. Those strong arms gets it towards the boundary line. Burns couldn't trap it cleanly off his fingers and over the line and out of bounds. What a game. A good effort, St Michael's hanging on all right at the moment. Quantong have kicked 2 goals. The Saints have kicked 1 in this quarter. Worcester gets it down. Taken by Price. He's kicked towards the boundary line. Bounces about a metre inside. It was well registered. And well kicked too. Intelligent stuff, ball to be thrown in. They've had a little bit of a lift, Quantong, but St Michael still hanging on. Oh, Murray must get a free kick. Worcester try to get in front of him, and Murray will go back and take the free kick and claps Darren Worcester and says, well, big fellow, you're beaten that time. Tough customer, Andrew Murray. And has done well. Hand pass to O'Callaghan standing by. It's Gary O'Callaghan. Murray's told to go back and take his kick again. McConaughey runs on the left side. Murray, though, should kick it long. He does on the left foot. Floats it high. Not a great looking kick. Sadello is there. Couldn't rake it in on the one arm. Craig Kimberley will get his side out of trouble momentarily. A bouncing ball for McGee. Runs into trouble. Runs out of trouble again. Kicks it long towards half forward. Keita's there. Knock away Martin. It's Daryl Martin running back on the footy. Under a little bit of pressure. Oh, keeps it within his grasp. More desperate. A hand pass. Good hand pass to Murray. Murray to O'Byrne. Running across the half-back line. O'Byrne's in trouble. Has he run too far? No, said the umpire. Something's gone wrong. There's going to be a free kick anyway. Couple of elbows involved there from Rob Avery. I was unsure because O'Brien I should say, was running around in circles. Mark O'Byrne. Running around in circles, and I thought he might have been called for travelling. I don't know where I've got O'Brien from, maybe Shane Bryan. But anyway, Paul McConaughey, blind turns, wrong foot's Wade and kicks along to centre half forward. Big fellow Worcester's in front and takes it. Now it's Shane Bryan and Mark O'Byrne. O'Byrne's had the footy that much today. I should have got him right by now. Worcester's long kick, big thump. Pelican, John O'Callaghan out from full back, big thump. Rolls over the line and out of bounds ahead of teammate Mel Johns. They're holding on all right at the moment, the Saints. The Bombers have kicked 2 goals. The Saints 1 point in this quarter and the Saints lead by 4 goals. Worcester misses it. Turner misses it. Paul McGee claimed. Pack forming. And the umpire's given a free kick. Oh, gee, against St Michael's. Apparently Wayne Corbett was at the bottom of the pack, Dean. The umpire made no attempt to get rid of it. Robbie Avery, having a reasonable last quarter, comes out with the free kick. Pops one high. Coming out, in front, almost to Mark to Carlos Adello. Out to Kimberley, kicks towards half forward. Mark taken by Martin. Daryl Martin plays on, but kicks it straight back to Brian Wade. Wade moving into defence, playing a better game. Shocking for 3 quarters. Wade with the footy. Punts one long. Beautiful torpedo punt. It's knocked down by Callaghan. In towards the open goal. Here's a chance for Kite. He's kicked it. They've got another one. They're back in this game a little bit, Quantong. Off the pack, Ian Kite's kicked his 5th, and they're still in this. 11-8-74, St Michael's 13-12-90. And they're fighting hard. Well, the Quantong supporters have found their voice as well. They're cheering. St Michael's losing it a little bit. They're working hard, but the Quantong defence too has tightened up. They're playing top footy. They haven't finished on top for no reason. They've come out now realising they're a chance. Turner wins it easily. Francis miskicked it, but Kennedy missed it too. Brennan in front, loses his footing, regains it. Punches it out, Francis knocks it on, but only as far as latest. Kicker smothered, sideways towards Turner in the middle. Didn't want it hard enough. Brady wanted it better. Kicks over the top. Here's Jack McGee. Jack McGee will get away. He loses his headband. Kicks to a vacant goal. O'Callaghan comes out, slips over. Luckily for him, it goes out of bounds. McGee lost his headband, as I said, as he went for the kick. His side have found their legs a little bit in this quarter. St Michael's still in front by 3 goals. 11-8 to 13-12. Turner goes down, pushing the back. Quantong free kick. And they're starting to really look good, the Bombers. The crowd's come to their feet. I suppose they were starting to lose a little bit of interest near 3/4 time with the St Michael's running all over them. But here's a shot at goal. Brian Wade kicks. Has he snuck it home? No, he hasn't. 17 points. The point they might be handy. They need 3 straight kicks to hit the front. Over halfway gone in the last quarter. A goal though to St Michael's might steady the ship for them. That's what they require. 13-12-90. 11-7-73. Ian Kite's game wonderful today. 5 goals. Spent a quarter at full back in the 3rd term, stopping Johnny Martin. Back in the forward line in this quarter, doing what he does best. Kick goals. Well, the kick out from O'Callaghan found Richardson. He looked for Carlos Adello. It was too long. Bad mistake in defence. Jack McGee will take it. And McGee on the left foot. He did well. Late off. Well played from Daryl Martin. Corner of his eye. He saw Jeff Price lurking on his own. McGee did well to just kick it off the side of the boot. But Daryl Martin saw that Price was alone, backed his judgment and spoiled him, saw it over the line. Half forward for the Bombers, missed by Worcester. Going in hard is By with a hand pass. Mucked up by us. Pat Dunn knocks it backwards. Patterson with pace. Handball too long for O'Callaghan. Here's an opportunity. Bursting his way through. They lose control of it again, Quantong. O'Callaghan and latest fight hard for it. Wade tried to burst his way through, backed his judgment, couldn't bring the footy with him. And it's Brian Wade. And there's a ball up at centre half forward. They're 50 metres out from goal. Quantong at 17 points behind and looking all right at the moment. McGee getting into it. A little left foot kick as he's collared near the boundary line. Here's an opportunity. Left foot shot from Price is not too bad. Had a ping. Had to kick quickly. He's missed it. 11-8-74 to 13-12-90. Quantong have kicked 3-2. St Michael's have kicked just 1 point in this quarter. And they lead by 16 points. Kick back into play done. Kennedy. Francis. Kennedy up, can't mark it. Sport late by Francis. Handball out of the pack from O'Callaghan in no man's land. Here's an opportunity. Handball smothered for Quantong. Over the line and out of bounds. That was Danny Hughes. He worked hard. Throw in. Knocked down Sadello. Kimberley's in the van. O'Callaghan's with him too. Good body contact. Forces him to lose it. And Gary O'Callaghan breathes a sigh of relief as it floats over the line and out of bounds. So right in front of the stand here, it's a big stand and a lot of St Michael supporters in there too. It's been a very good crowd and a good last quarter comeback from Quantong. Sadello, he goes to ground, he's in trouble, the big fellow. He's hurt himself and the Bombers have the numbers again through Brennan. On the left foot floats one, there's no one there. It'll either be Turner or Carlo Sadello. It was the latter. The foot pass finds Mark O'Byrne at half back. O'Byrne will slow it down. Sadello makes a lead. O'Byrne kicks long. Sadello's up now. Worcester, those two strong, use the body and outmarks him. In front of the broadcast area. His kick is smothered beautifully by Roger Sadello. Too close, the man on the mark. And Sadello crawls desperately over the line and out of bounds with the footy. Bad mistake, Worcester. St Michael's in front by 16 points, 13-12 to 11-8. Sadello beaten by Worcester. Opportunity if he can burst his way through. Corbett, he's tired. Wade tackled. Too high, says the umpire, will come out with the free kick. Play on is called. Hand pass comes out to Everard. A quick kick from Kite. Here's an opportunity. Handball over the top, Brody. Wade will kick his fourth. Under pressure, O'Callaghan doing well to put pressure on him. Kicks over his shoulder and puts it through. Right back in the game, Quantong. 4 goals to Jason Wade, 2 in this quarter, and 2 to Ian Kite, and Quantong have a sniff. 12-8-80. St Michael's 13-12-90. Well, Wade had to hesitate. O'Callaghan was breathing down his neck. And the Saints have got to steady. They've got to steady. They're in trouble at the moment. Quantong finishing all over them. They've found something. A big talking to, a rev up by Jack McGee and Paul McGee at three-quarter time has got the boys back in the contest. They've kicked 4 goals, 2 to 1 behind. St Michael's looking tired. What can Turner do? Darren Worcester's played like a man possessed at the centre bounces in the last term. Ball comes out. They drive it forward again through the boot of Brody towards the pocket. Jack McGee is there. Martin's there too. Much to Daryl Martin's delight, no doubt. The boundary line beats them all. Not long remaining. Enough though for Quantong to get up and cause a little bit of a shock after that shocking third quarter. Ball comes out of the ruck. It's sharked. A good long kick by Johns, but the mark taken by Brennan. Brennan, the foot pass is good. They're loose at the moment, St Michael's. Quantong have it at half forward. Everard kicks over the top, lurking in the side. Kite, the big thump away. Sadello. Mark O'Byrne is there. Kimberley's quicker. O'Byrne worries him out of it. Kimberley helps out too. Sadello in there. Byrne tackled. Was he tackled when he didn't have the footy? Yes, he was. He'll take it at half back. Gee, they're looking tired, St Michael's, a little bit. O'Byrne with the footy. Slowing it down. A goal might get them home. A goal for Quantong might open the floodgates if they're not already opened. Plays on with a hand pass. John's almost lost it, regained it. Switches play and switches it well. A bit long for by. Will he get a good bounce? The answer's yes. He taps it away from Freeman. Comes out to Latus. Around the outer side. Here's Kennedy standing his ground. He marks it centre half forward. He sends it long. It's a vacant goal. Will it bounce? Bounces the wrong side for St Michael's. Good attempt, had to kick long. Kennedy and open it up, did, but to the wrong side. They're in front by 11 points. 13-13-91 to 12-8-80. Kerr straight down the ground. Corbett up. Big thump away by Turner. A very tired Roger Sadello taps it out to McConaughey. McConaughey, will he be tackled? He will be. Oh, he'll be tackled too, Corbett. Tackled, just gets a hand pass out. No, too late. Darren Worcester will take it. Worcester with a hand pass over the top to Glenn Kimberley. Where will he go? He's too quick for McConaughey. Slews up the side of the boot, and the mark's taken by Johns. Johns has to play on because he played on already. To Gary O'Callaghan, pushes it out wide. Andrew Richardson's got it. Told by Corbett to go on. Martin, too long for him. Kerr outplays him. Near the back pocket, an opportunity for O'Connor. Beats Martin, kicks it high towards the centre of the ground. McConaughey in the middle of the pack. Can't take the mark. Good attempt, Corbett. Battling it hard, O'Byrne. The umpire says he wants it, and he will bounce it. Well, forward of centre for the Saints. They're in front by 11 points. 13-13-91 to 12-8-80. Kimberley gets it down. Dumped on by Gary O'Callaghan. McConaughey will do likewise. Straight to Kimberley. Tackled by Richardson. Worried out of it. The big fellow Sadello picks up. Kicks in towards the pocket. Martin and Kerr. Martin! Marked? No. Well, he was going to mark it, but the umpire had already called the whistle to stop play. Pushed Kerr out. Kerr's got it. Has done well in the last quarter on the great full forward. Into the centre. Oh, McConaughey's up. Almost a mark. O'Byrne will be pushed out of it. He is. Johns comes in again. A hand pass to Gary O'Callaghan. Must elude the tackles. Does and kicks beautifully. The mark taken by Wayne Corbett inside the boundary line. In front of the commentary position at the Horsham City Oval. So Wayne Corbett with the football. Kicks long. Good kick towards half forward. Up goes Sadello, interfered with Brennan, it would seem. Hughes is told to play on. A hand pass to Everard. Everard in short. Avery, will he be brought down? No, still gets his kick in towards half forward. Coming out, the mark is taken. Hand pass over the top, Brody. Wade will kick his fifth. Quantong will be within a few points here. Jason Wade does, and Quantong are within 5 points. Quantong are within 5 points. Finishing all over St Michael's with a wonderful last quarter. They've got tired, the Saints. 13-8-86. St Michael's are 13-13-91. 5-2 to 2 points in the last quarter. I was speaking to the Homers boys at three-quarter time, Bunga Knight and the gang, and they were saying that St Michael's were wonderful in the third quarter and should hang on. But I think we've all underestimated Quantong's fighting spirit. The Bombers have found something. Turner slaps it out wide. Kennedy's out there wanting the footy. Francis has done pretty well on him in this quarter and allows his teammate to pick it up and kick it back into play. Byers there, but the boundary line beats them. It's out of bounds on the full. And do they need a goal, St Michael's? That is the understatement of the century. Just to slow it down, maybe. A kick up towards the half-back line. Is the ball out of bounds again, or is it a throw-in? Now it's a throw-in. Thought it might have gone out in the full. Hands involved in that one there. Oh, what a finish. 13-8 to 13-13. 91 to 86. Very important. Graham Bye, near the boundary line. It beats him again. They'd be devastated, St Michael's. They've been the better team since halfway in the second quarter. A wonderful third quarter. Gave them a 35-point lead at three-quarter time, but Quantong have done what St Michael's did in the third quarter with a great last quarter. Bye tackled, pulled off the footy, near the boundary line again, it beats them over the line. St Michael's would be happy that the ball is there at the moment. Quantong at 13-8, St Michael's at 13-13. What a wonderful game, 91 to 86. Worcester knocks it backwards, falls in the arms again of Freeman, who's played a good quarter, kicks it towards the centre, but an easy mark taken by Carlos Sadello. Sadello plays on, sends it out to McConaughey. Will he mark it? He does. He'll slow it down too. A young fellow with an old head, Paul McConaughey, the assistant coach of the Saints. Kicks towards Martin. Martin, and oh, got it. He's taken the mark. He gets away from Kerr. On the left foot, he has a shot. He's put it through. He's kicked the goal St Michael's needed. That was the one they needed. That could win them the game. Paul McConaughey, super stuff. John Martin, wonderful stuff. 7 goals to Martin. And did St Michael's need that? You bet they did. 14-13-97. Quantong at 13-8-86. I've lost my voice. It's been a big day, but what a great comeback from the Bombers. A lot of people said that when a side gets away, they drop their bundle, but they showed that they're a great side, Quantong, the way they fought back in the last quarter. Not a lot of time left. They're 11 points down. Turner wins it unopposed again. Towards half forward, Burns with a hand pass. Latest has played well. Kicks high towards the pocket. Martin again. Can he grab it? No, he can't. Ball spills towards Francis. He'll get the Bombers out of trouble. Has a bounce around the half-back line. Kicks up from behind. Is the mark going to be paid to Brody? No, it's not. Socket away by desperate McConaughey. Near the boundary line. Sockers it on again and makes about 20 metres for his side. It's over the line and out of bounds. Oh, heart-stopping stuff this. The tranquilizers and the pills are required. St Michael's getting a valuable goal. 11 points up. Good use of the body. Worcester wins the throw in. Left foot kick. Coming out. Turner misses it. Missed also by Carlos Adello. Here's Mel Johns. He's played pretty well. He sockers it on. He's under pressure. He taps it out again. McGee fists it on again. An opportunity. Oh, good play. A hand pass over the top by Brody. Oh, losing control of it. Brian Wade. A hurried boots a ball. Wade is there. O'Callaghan too. Wade has got it. He should run into open goal. And Kiki 60 has. And they're still alive too. Alexa Fortune. O'Callaghan slipped over, got a bad bounce. It favoured Wade. There was no one home for St Michael's. He's kicked 4 goals today without being 4 goals in the last quarter, Wade, and 6 altogether without being impressive. That's a sign of a great player. St Michael's a 14-13-97. Quantong a 14-8-92. It's been 6 goals to 1. It's been a wonderful finale to the season. What a great last quarter it's been. St Michael's got a goal, but Quantong have fought back. Ball's put down. Turner, by, kicks around his body latest. Squeeze one out towards the boundary line. The ball's there. Are they going to keep it in? They're desperately trying to keep it in. Quantong, they have momentarily. Byers there again, but oh gee, I tell you what, Wayne Corbett would have been happy to see that bounce off his foot and trickle over the line and out of bounce. 14-13 to 14-8, 97-92. Throw in, and the big fist over the line, much to the delight of Roger Sadello. There's the siren. St Michael's have hung on. I knew there wasn't much time left. They've hung on. That goal from Johnny Martin, how valuable was that? Shane Bryan and Andrew Murray have run off the bench. They've hung on and won it. But maybe John O'Callaghan might be a little bit disappointed with the last quarter, but Quantong finished all over them. That goal to John Martin in the end has won them the game. Jason Wade got another one, but it's too late. St Michael's are premiers in the Horsham District Football League. Their first flag since 1988. We've won by 5 points. 1991 premiers, 14-13-97. Quantong of 14-8-92. They were brilliant in the last quarter. They kicked 6-2 to just 1 goal in that last quarter. 6-2 to 1 goal too, but St Michael's have got out and won it by 5. As I mentioned, that goal to Johnny Martin, how important was that? His side looked in trouble. A great left foot shot from the pocket. Jason Wade got another one, but time's beaten the Bombers. And they're runners up for the 2nd year in a row, and they're disappointed. But really, St Michael's were the best side. A great 3rd quarter. Quantong finished well, but it was too late for them. 14-13-97 St Michael's. Premiers for 1991. Quantong of 14-8-92. For St Michael's, I should say St Martin's, he was like a saint today for the Saints, John Martin. Kicked 7 goals. And that one in the last quarter, how important was that? It's won them the flag, one would think. As a big fellow Pelican has been lifted up high. They're absolutely delighted. St Michael's have had a victory. 7 goals to John Martin, 3 to Graham Bye, 2 to Roger Sadello, and singles to Mark O'Byrne and Wayne Corbett. For Quantong, Jason Wade kicked 6, 4 in the last quarter. Ian Kite kicked 5, Brett Freeman 2, and Darren Worcester 1. St Michael's by 5 points. What a great game. Well played by Quantong. I mentioned a lot of people thought that they would buckle. unbelievably in the last quarter, and St Michael's would have a 10-goal victory. That was the consensus of opinion at three-quarter time. But they fought back magnificently. Jack McGee be disappointed, but his side showed great fighting qualities to fight back. Time has beaten them, and they've lost by 5 points. Well played, St Michael's. Well, the better players for the Saints. Their second half, particularly the third quarter, was wonderful. And you must give full credit to the back line for that great third quarter. Guys like Mel Johns, Paddy Dunn, John O'Callaghan, he played well, although in the last quarter Jason Wade showed his class. Sign of a top player to be down for 3 quarters, to have a very good last quarter, which he did, kicking 4 goals, playing a big part in his side's revival. But O'Callaghan still played a fine game as the captain coach of the team. Daryl Martin solid across half-back. Mark O'Byrne, a wonderful second half. Knocked up getting kicks. Very well supported by Wayne Corbett, had a brilliant day, a little quiet in the second quarter, but kept going certainly in the second half and in the last quarter when the game had to be won. For mine, Paul McConaughey, best on ground, was absolutely magnificent. A superb game from Paul. He's done it wonderfully and thoroughly, well, I think he deserves to be best man on the ground because he was always there working hard for his side, setting up a lot of the moves through the centre line. Graham Bye, also a very good game. Matty Latis, wonderful on the wing. And, of course, you must mention the big fellow, John Martin, who did a top job up on that forward line, kicking 7 goals. And a special mention to a solid game across half-back from Carlo Cidello. And the big fellows at the centre bouncers, they, well, were able to stop the Worcesters for 3 quarters. Darren Worcester played a good last quarter. That, of course, was Andrew Murray and Steve Turner. The Quantong, well, Darren Brody, when they had that shocking third quarter, kept at it all day and played a pretty good game. Fairly well supported, I thought, by Mel Kerr. Kept his head in that last quarter, and in the third quarter when St Michael's were right on top. Craig Kimberley played a pretty good last quarter. Everard was in there as well. Well supported by Jack McGee, found something. Paul McGee faded out in the second half, I thought, tried hard. And we must mention Darren Worcester and also Ian Kite for a wonderful game. 2 quarters in the first half. A magnificent first half in that forward line. And then, of course, in the third quarter went to full-back, kept Martin out of it, and back in the forward line the last quarter. Kicked 2 opportunist goals, which set his side alight, and then played a part in Jason Wade kicking the last 4. But St Michael's are premiers, their first flag since 1988. 14-13-97 St Michael's. They're very, very happy, embracing each other. They've defeated Quantong 14-8-92. Congratulations to the Saints. Commiserations to the Bombers. The both sides will have a great night tonight. And just a magnificent game, a wonderful fight back from Quantong. But St Michael's hang on to win their 5th flag in Horsham District footy and their first since 1988 for the 2nd year in a row. The Bombers are beaten. Just their 3rd defeat this year. Last year they were beaten by Rapanyip, and maybe it's a case of 3rd time lucky. They haven't won a flag for 15 years, and they'll be hoping they can do it next year. Final score, St Michael's 14-13-97, Quantong 14-8-92. Congratulations to St Michael's. They'll have a great night tonight. Quantong will too. They've had a good year, but just beaten today narrowly in a wonderful grand final. This is Dan Lonigan signing off from the Horsham City Oval.
What a game that was.
Quantong, very worthy runners, and have shown that all year long. And just very luck today that we were able to straight ahead. Good luck for us.
Where'd you go from Thursday night? John? Yeah, you think John? How are you going to wear it? They battle hard in the last quarter, didn't they? I said the video of that time might have beaten Quantong. Hiya, Joey! How did Quantong feel? This is the only the whole team, mate. Hiya, Kayla! Good on you, brother. Hiya, Kayla! Hiya, mother!